How's it going, my friends? Hope you guys are all doing well. Time for some late night Total War Warhammer. I had a lot of stuff I had to take care of today, so I didn't have time to stream earlier, but still had the itch. So we're going to be jumping in and doing some best of threes. So yeah, we're just going to be grabbing high-level tournament players, having them duke it out in best of threes, having some good old jolly fun in a casual environment, and going from there. I believe we do have our first match. Yes, it is going to be Jay Phoenix facing off against Danny DeVito, aka Flying Taco, under his name here. And, oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, Jay Phoenix was going to pick Alistair in the army. So let's go ahead and pick a map. We can go ahead and start with the good old classic. All right, map set. Jay Phoenix can start. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, 5 in the morning, I know. I'm sorry, Misha. I know it's a weird hour of the day, but, you know, we got to do it. We got to do it. Hopefully you're able to get some sleep over there. Yeah, 5 a.m., geez. I know it's early hours of the morning over in Europe. How's it going, Carter? Welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and load into the first lobby, see what their picks and bans are going to be for tonight. So this should be it. And now we could just kind of hang tight and enjoy each other's company. Yes, yes. So would we see a dreaded High Elf vs. Beastmen matchup? I don't think so. It looks like the players have not done their picks and bans yet. But I'll let them know they can start anytime. Okay, it looks like they're already ahead of me. So the first pick here for Jay Phoenix is indeed going to be the Sons of Sigmar. So the Empire's coming in. And yeah, pretty good first ban. Oftentimes you just ban dwarves. Interesting choice of banning Lizardmen instead of vampire counts. I feel like, yeah, although lately every single time I've been seeing the Empire face off against lizards, it has been a loss. Especially considering that Jay Phoenix is playing against Flying Taco, who's a really, really good Lizardman player. So I think there's some tactics there. Yeah, we should be good. It takes a minute. Takes a minute to get going. All right, all right. Welcome, welcome. So you just got my new laptop today? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I've thought about getting a gaming laptop, but for what I do and, you know, processing videos and things like that, you do need a big Chungus tower to really get in there and do it. Carter says, Turin, why is chess so hard? It makes me feel like a kid again. Yeah, for sure. I've been losing. I mean, I win a lot of my chess games, my 3-minute chess games on time, which is pretty funny. Like, I might be losing the game, but I end up winning on time just because I play quicker. Like, to the point where I'm not, like, straight up getting steamrolled, but I'm in a losing position, but I still play faster. That tends to be how a lot of my games go as of late. And I've been playing 3-minute chess as well as bullet chess. Bullet chess is just kind of a meme, but 3-minute chess is certainly a good mixture between fast-paced chess as well as, you know, not being completely ridiculous. Yeah. So we have the first 2 matches set. We have Jay Phoenix against Flying Taco. The next one, I think, is going to be Hadri's. Facing off against, let's see, we got Valkanos who's willing to play. We also have Newport. You know, many people who've, of course, gotten very, very far. Sounds good. Sounds good. One sec, just going to be coordinating with the players here real quick. So next up is Hadri's versus Newport. Then at Valkanos versus next. Perfect. So we've let the players know what's cracking. Looks like it's going to be chaos. We have the classic matchup between the Heretics and the Sons of Sigmar. It's a pretty fun matchup for sure. Sometimes you can sneak in a wild Hell Cannon. You know, I feel like this is one that you see a lot. A lot of Chaos players feel this is pretty even. I think Empire probably feels the same way. Like, I'm totally fine playing Chaos as Empire or Chaos against Empire or Chaos into Empire. I feel like it's an even matchup at the end of the day. I love the Danny DeVito avatar. So epic. Win's a win. I know, a win's a win for sure. Yeah, we could do some chess stuff. It'd be fun. So, Tolkien fan says, hey, sorry for asking. Don't need to apologize, man. I'd like to get better at Vampire Coast Online. Vampire Coast Online. Okay. I really like the animated Hulks, but don't know how to really use them. Got any tips? Well, this might not be the answer you want to hear, but just not using them is probably your best bet. If you're trying to win a competitive match, animated Hulks really are not very good. They have a couple very niche applications in my experience. They can be okay for blocking like cavalry charges, like, you know, a Walmart variant of it. So for example, if you're playing, you know, Empire or Bretonnia and you like stack them on top of zombies, they can give some mass and armor piercing. But the problem is, and you know, I can go through every single matchup and just illustrate how they're just not going to be good if you'd like. But generally, the animated Hulks are just not a very good unit. Yeah. It is the Flying Taco, the man, the myth, the legend. He's here against the great Jay Phoenix. I've played many best of threes with Jay Phoenix over the past couple weeks. We always end up going fisticuffs in the Anticity ladder, which is very, very fun. Yeah, it's a late stream. Should be good. Should be good. So I'll let the players know they can start when ready. I'm good to go. We got a 60-minute timer. This Saturday, the 24th, guys, we're going to be having the Warhammer World Championship going down, which is going to be super exciting. So we'll have 2 best of 5s and a best of 7 on stream. For the grand finals, $4,000 prize between the top 8 players, of course. So it's going to be split between the 8 players, but it's a huge prize pool for our community. Certainly very exciting. So that will be going on this weekend. And it should be getting casted on Total War Official's YouTube as well as Twitch channel, which is really, really cool. I'm quite happy that they're willing to support us in that way. How's it going, Raptor? Late Night Warhammer. Yes. No more games. All business, baby. We're going in hard. So we are loading into the map, which is going to be Prague. This is a pretty classic map in most multiplayer pools. You see this on quite a bit. It's pretty fair and balanced, in my opinion. It is quite fair and balanced. Hey, Turin, I know that animated Hulks are an incredibly overpowered unit. What would be the best nerf for them? The best nerf for them would be to actually make them better because they're actually terrible. Yeah, animated Hulks are just not very good. They just have so many weaknesses. They're so squishy. Their melee defense is like pitiful. Their armor is pitiful. Like a basic Empire Spearman will just run them over. It's tricky. And even against like cavalry, like the only time they're good is if they're supported, which is just so clunky in my experience. Yeah, a little bit clunky. So yeah, it's going to be great this weekend, guys. Big prize pool. Quite excited for that. Tolkien fan says, I haven't used them very much. What makes the crabs better? So crabs are armored, right? So they're armored. They're much more durable. That's a really big factor, right? I mean, the crabs are a lot more expensive, but usually you're going to get your bang for your buck better because they're armored. So here's the thing. With undead factions, Vampire Coast, you really get a lot of value out of things that have a high efficiency per HP point. What I mean by that is a unit that's really tanky, for example, on an undead roster with healing is super valuable, right? Because your opponent has to work much harder to take HP off a crab, which you can replace just as easily with an invocation. Whereas if they're attacking a Hulk, it's going to die much quicker. Your invocations aren't going to be like quite as useful. It's a little bit tricky to articulate, but basically the crabs are just tankier. They last longer, they hold longer, which allows your guns to do better, right? They don't need support. Crabs can go in and fight Empire Knights, Knights of the Blazing Sun, Knights of the Realm, and they can hold their own because they have armor and they're durable. So yeah. That's that. So, guys, here in our first best of 3 of the night, we have Jay Phoenix against Flying Taco. It's going to be a Bright Wizard with Fireball and Burning Head. We do also have Karl Franz up in the sky. Love that pick. Double Hellblaster Volley Gun. Oh, baby. Yeah, talk dirty. Double Hellblaster. Now, one thing I'm seeing, which is very unusual. Okay, never mind. We do have a Regrowth caster in the bushes. I was going to say, Franz without Regrowth is very, very risky for sure. But we do have double Hellblaster Volley Gun coming in from Jay Phoenix, which I'm super hyped about. That is some heavy metal shit. Oh no, Flying Taco, what are you doing? A Chaos Sorcerer Lord. That is extremely off meta, guys. Very, very rare pick here. So, battle line is going to be Chaos Warriors, backed up by Marauders. It looks like double Chariot, great weapons on the flanks. 4 Horsemen, obviously, the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Here to put some, firepower into Franz and bigger targets and harass the back line. And we do also have a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire. Very unusual. Of course, Burning Head is very meta, so Burning Head against State Troopers is really good. Mike in chat saying that Flying Taco is their father. That's interesting. Yeah, very interesting stuff. Well, hopefully your dad will do quite well for you here. This is best of 3, not a structured tournament or anything, just kind of a late night practice session for anyone who wants to get involved. Looks like Burning Head going to be going down from the Bright Wizard. I thought I saw something, not Bright Wizard, excuse me, but from the Chaos Sorcerer, but no, it's going to be a Fireball. Franz with the moves like Jagger, able to go side to side and avoid those shots like an absolute champion of Sigmar. Quite happy to do so. And here we do have the Hellblaster Volley Guns, getting great value, shooting into Marauders with great weapons, trying to take out the answers to the Greatswords. And Warhammer is very much like that, right? So, for example, if you're in a game, your big centerpiece unit, like the 2 Greatswords here, right? You want to remove the threats to them. So shooting the great weapons and the chariots is certainly all in the family. So Hellblaster Volley Guns still going downtown, now switching on to the Chaos Chariots here, doing some pretty good damage, taking about 20, now more like 10 or 15% off that unit, as the rest of the Chaos Legion does advance in. So Chaos Warriors making their way downtown certainly will actually struggle in the front line. Greatswords will defeat basic Chaos Warriors in combat. If they were Chaos Warriors with great weapons, we have a little bit of a different picture, but in this case, it is what it is. So now Flying Taco dropping another Fireball from the Chaos Lord on the Dragon. Probably going to be smacking this Bright Wizard in the face. Yep, Bright Wizard takes it right in the old face right there and is going to be probably pulling back in a hot moment. But so far, Hellblaster Volley Gun's doing pretty good. The Empire has done a decent job of defending its battle lines. Greatswords should be able to win some of these frontline fights, and Franz probably going to want to engage with some of his infantry to give the Reikland Runefang and some of the AoE buffs that he does have. Now, big Burning Head going in from Flying Taco. Ooh, that's going to be a chubby one right there, going through the Sigmar Suns. But look at that, a response coming in from the Empire, going to be using their own Burning Head, which is exponentially less effective against armor. So considering that the Sigmar Sons did buckle there, the Chaos Warriors are kind of piling through the front line, the Empire is forced to bring forward its Empire Knights to fight, which is a very, very common occurrence. In the back, Halberds against Marauders is going to be pretty inefficient, but the Burning Head here actually does get those Marauders on the far side, which is actually very, very fortunate. But Hellblaster Volley Guns, the question is, have they paid for themselves to the extent that they need to before they do get taken offline? 1200 value on this Hellblaster. I would imagine the other one's in pretty good shape as well. Flying Taco does get a very nice breath attack on top of Franz, who will be pulling back and getting a regrowth, but not before the Empire Knights, buffed up by the Reikland Runefang, do actually get into the front line and plow through some of the Chaos Infantry with relative efficiency. And yeah, I suppose one Hellblaster Volley Gun has more than paid for itself, and now Franz is up in the sky going after the Dragon Lord, which is certainly very favored for Franz. He's got regrowth, he's got Galmaraz and all his good items, but now that his items are gone, it looks like Franz is going to be pulling back and taking a little bit more of a cautious approach. On the low ground, a Great Swords chopping through the Chaos Warriors as expected. Chaos Warriors still pretty good, even though it's a bad matchup for them. Get the Great Swords down to half, but from a cost perspective, very, very good. A beautiful Burning Head again by the Flying Taco. Nasty, nasty. Those Halberds just get absolutely destroyed. Those Hellblaster Volley Guns are still in line, which is crazy good, and beautiful reaction there by Jay Phoenix, pulling the Empire Knights across, intercepting the Horsemasters before they can get on top of the Hellblaster. That was some very, very smooth cavalry control, and now you can see Chaos getting a little bit aggressive here, trying to shut down the Hellblasters by diving in the Horsemen. But man, this game might as well just be the dreaded Burning Head spam. Burning Head going into the Horsemen, and the Marauders there seems to be doing okay. This is a very, very even game. Empire kind of faltering a little bit here on the low ground. Not low ground, but I should say the kind of south-central part here of the map. As the Great Swords are run down by the Chariots, Halberds and Marauders are kind of swarming the Great Swords as well, but the Empire still has its Empire Knights, a unit of somewhat healthy Great Swords up here, and Big Daddy Franz is still flying around and looking quite juicy here in this engagement. So here he comes, the Franz chasing down the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. They are equal speed. Although the dragon right now, why does it have 96 speed? Oh, it's got the evasion. Oh, look at that. That dragon is actually faster because of the evasion trait on the Sorcerer. Very interesting. So you get a dragon that can outrun many of these typical flying characters. All right, all right, all right. Cool tactics there coming in from the Taco. Now, Jay Phoenix probably is going to want to centralize the Empire army right now. I think that Chaos has kind of claimed the open field. Both Hellblasters are taken offline. But again, Franz is more powerful than the Chaos Sorcerer Lord in that type of a battle. So I think pulling forward all the Empire troops into a bit of a box might be the way to go, but again, you got to watch out for Burning Heads. Chariot's still getting some great value running through many of the Great Swords here, who are down to 55 models, being run over pretty aggressively, and not taking too much damage for the cause here, so we will see. Here comes the big Franz jumping in to the Chaos Chariots. Rip in chat asking, where's Morker? Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Yes, the Beastmen will get their justice, and yeah, it'll be good. There's a special surprise in the wings. So up in the sky, and thanks again for the donation. Do appreciate that. Franz is back, but it looks like Chaos is kind of running away with this game to an extent. I feel like they have the Horsemen with plenty of ammunition. They have Chariots. Although Franz, I've seen him hard carry games like this, but I feel like with the amount of units here, although Empire does have some Halberds coming back, there is a Hellblaster Volley Gun crew trying to make their way in. What you'd probably want to do with this crew is actually hide it in the trees and wait for the very late game to see if the battle rotates somewhere else, and you can like pop out and jump on your Hellblaster Volley Gun, but yeah, I don't know if Franz can deal with this many heretics. There's a lot of them. He does have two wizards on the ground. There's a Jade Wizard as well as a Bright Wizard, but they're both pretty squishy, right? You can see here we got 20 armor. We got 20 armor on this bad boy. Those wizards are not going to be long for this earth, and they are probably going to be, yeah, just punished down here. So where's Franz going? Still chasing down the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire. There goes the dragon, now going after the Jade Wizard. Very smart. Getting rid of the Jade Wizard here does, of course, remove the healing from Franz, makes things a little bit more manageable. Franz looking like he wants to dive and fight, which certainly makes sense. He's popped all of his buffs, but takes a very circuitous route, which isn't going to be great, but does get the head-on charge, which is certainly the best bet here for the Franz. And I've seen Franz win countless games like this. I know I sound like a broken record, but it really is possible for sure. Jade Wizard is broken. It looks like the Bright Wizard is mounted, and man, Franz beating the brakes off this dragon. It's broken. It's running for the hills. Yeah, man. Galmaraz and Reikland Runefang combo is so damn strong. So look at that bad boy running. That is very, very good indeed. So Leo says, yo, Turin, it's my little brother's birthday. His name is Miguel. Can you give him a shout out? Hey, shout out to you, Miguel. Happy birthday, man. Hope it's a glorious one. Enjoy it with your awesome brother here who is, hanging out with the crew. And Miguel, happy birthday, man. Cheers. They say it's my birthday every day. So, I guess we do share a birthday, according to chat here. So Miguel and I, we have the birthday together. So Karl Franz getting in there, fighting the Halberds. Here you can see the Bright Wizard bouncing out to intercept the Horsemen. And it looks like a fireball coming downtown. Look at the bounce power kind of creeping back here for the Empire. As long as Franz can stay away from the Halberds, that's really going to be big. Fireball does miss, which is very fortunate. Terror routes are also going to be something to that you got to deal with here. It looks like this mighty Jade Wizard, Radagast to the green here, moving out to intercept the Horseman pack. But Marauder Horsemasters are not slouches in combat here. And now you can see the Jade Wizard is going to get surrounded. And looks like he's at 6 leadership, 14. He's holding pretty firm, old Davy Crockett. No, Davy Crockett's the other one. Flying Taco with the breath attack coming in. Bounce of Power is creeping back into the favor of Chaos. Look at the dragon trying to juke it. And the dragon, very, very good play there. Might as well get a kill before you go. Franz, will he get the finishing blow here on the big dragon? Negative 21. All right. All right, this could be something, guys. Is there any support here for Franz? Is there any support? Ah, Morn, it's your birthday. Right on. Very cool. Yeah, I have infinite birthdays as well. It's apparently my birthday every day. So Franz has nothing left. He basically just has to land and fight. It looks like right now Franz may be thinking about chasing down the dragon. Could terror routes happen here? You know, I think if we actually didn't have the Chaos Warrior Halberds here, I think there actually would be a chance for the Empire because of terror routes and, of course, the other units not being great. But having the 37 Chaos Warrior Halberds is a big problem. That's a lot of anti-large, and the Horsemasters still have ammunition. You can see right now Jay Phoenix trying to juke those shots a little bit, looking for some engagements. And here it comes. There it is. The mighty Franz standing his ground, but now being rear charged by chariots. His leadership is certainly on the razor's edge here, as he is at about 11, 20 leadership. Flying Taco's dragon is broken, but the rest of the Chaos Army able to get the job done, despite Franz having a pretty good performance. I would imagine the Franz and his powerful mullet, which you know he has under that helmet, he is up to almost 3,000 value. Yeah, man. Beautiful stuff. Double Hellblaster. I've seen single Hellblaster, but I don't know if I've seen a double Hellblaster build in this matchup. But again, that's the point of this stream. The stream is for players who want to play in tournaments to basically just practice builds that they normally wouldn't have, you know, the place to practice. That you don't want to like try for the first time, right? And Flying Taco is a very, very strong opponent, as is Jay Phoenix. So clearly we got a pretty good read on that build there. So Chaos does rule the day. The Marauder Horsemasters surrounding the Franz. The Rune Fang held high in the sky. It'd be pretty cool if Franz actually like haggardly dual wielded the Rune Fang and the hammer like in each hand. He goes back up in the sky, takes a leadership hit, and that is it. So he did survive the battle, but in the end, the minions of the Dark Gods, the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire, has won. Flying Taco has made it work. And that is that. So we got a donation coming in from Ricardo. Do you think Franz has a big hog? Yeah, of course. Of course. Leo. Yes, and I did see your message. Thank you, guys. How's it going, Falcon? Good morning to you. And out in Russia, hope all is well. The Dark Lord graces us with his presence here in chat. Franz, man, Hellblasters did okay. One of them, I mean, if you combine the value of both of them, the Hellblaster core did pay for itself, right? So yeah, it was a cool build. Really fun to see the Sorcerer Lord. That was really, really fun. Yeah, an awesome build too, for sure. I feel like this build might struggle against a really like elite cavalry build with like demis and things like that, but I guess not. I mean, I guess you just have the skirmish for it. Yeah. What'd you order at Chili's? Holy shit, dude. I haven't been to Chili's, Ricardo, probably in over 10 years. I don't remember. I have no idea, dude. Yeah, I haven't been to Chili's in a long time. I don't know. I'm a burger guy, so if I'm at a restaurant, I'm indecisive. I'll just get like a barbecue burger or something like that. So, GG, well played. Great game. All right. Falcon never sleeps. No, that's true. He doesn't. Rest is for the weak. All right, although I'm feeling relatively tired, so I guess I'm weak. Flying Taco going up 1-0 here. Boom. Now Jay Phoenix is going to be on the ropes, down, but certainly not out. We're going to the Bone Zone, baby. Bone Zone, unleash it. All right, we got Devin Seeley with a donation. Hey, Turin, glad to support the stream. Love the ODM Empire upset versus Dwarves. Yeah, that was really, really good. That was a really, really good match. I enjoyed that one, Devin. I've actually like been trying that build out. I stole it from him, and it's actually pretty good. Ricardo out here asking the real questions. I know, dude. I haven't been to Chili's in so long. God, man. Yeah, man, I have not. His Chili's preference. Oh man, it says a lot about a man. Yeah, Santa Fe Burger. Yeah, fair play. Sounds like something I would enjoy. Okay, Misha asking a very important question. If you're in a restaurant and you order a burger, is it a fork or knife, or do you go hands deep? Dude, hands deep all freaking day, dude. I get my old decrepit hands, and despite them being damaged, I squeeze the hell out of that burger. I just go in there deep, just let all the juices flow. That's the way to eat a burger for sure. Yeah, that is the way. I mean, yeah, no, I don't think I've ever used a fork and knife on a burger. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that's just my preference. Hey, thanks for becoming a member. Really do appreciate it. I have no idea how to pronounce that, so we'll just call you Rands for short. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard. Yes, yes. Yeah, we have In-N-Out Burger here in California for sure. It's pretty good. All right, so Jay Phoenix says, "Ah, yes, the Bone Zone, the place where I'd like to be taken home." We got Vampirates and Dawi. Okay, they're just. I think they're go for it. Go for it. It's a practice stream. Yeah, try it. Who cares? Just have some fun. All right, so let me go ahead and check in here. Looks good. Okay. So we got Valkanos versus Jay Phoenix. I think no. Valkanos versus Hadris next. Cool. So after this, we have Valkanos against Hadris. Should be fun. You'll accept it? Sounds good. Siegs, you'll accept. Yeah, you'll accept that. Perfect. Misha says, definitely when I see people go fork and knife on a burger just because the restaurant appears slightly fancy, I get the urge to shake. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, man. You know, one of my bigger gripes with In-N-Out, though, is that I don't like the fact that In-N-Out doesn't do avocado or guacamole on their burgers, and I also don't like the fact that they don't do bacon. Because bacon burgers are like the way. Like just a barbecue bacon burger with grilled onions, like bacon, and like guacamole on it is so goddamn good. That's my one. Every time I go to In-N-Out, I feel like it's just a little bit. You know, you're missing a little something. I don't know if you guys share that opinion, but have you ever used a vertical mouse? It should be much more comfortable. No, I haven't. But Lich109, if you do have a suggestion for a vertical mouse, a brand that you like, you can send it to me in ye old Discord, and I'll take a look at it. Yeah. Heresy. All right, so we got Beastmen versus Lizardmen, I think, which is a very favored matchup for the Lizards. But again, it's a practice stream, so Jay Phoenix here can try out a matchup in which they might not be comfortable with and see if maybe they can find something against a great player. Bacon is the way, for sure. Yeah, this is somebody in chat says, this is America, Long Paul. I should be able to order bacon on anything. I know, I agree. Yeah, I'm trying to think of my favorite, though. Yeah, bacon is the way. It is the way, the life. I cook like everything in bacon fat. It's so good. It's probably not very good for you though, but it is what it is. I guess I'm a little bit husky right now. I used to, you know, when I was in high school, I used to eat at Wendy's and Subway quite a bit. I never was like a big McDonald's person. As far as if we're talking about like haggard fast food choices, like I didn't really enjoy McDonald's, but Wendy's, they had a really good bacon burger I liked, and then Subway was my jam, and still is. I still eat at Subway every now and then when I'm lazy, but I like to cook at home now. Yeah, I'm trying to like be healthier, so yeah. Worst roommate story. Oh man. Okay, Rip T asking the real questions here. Yeah, so worst roommate story. Okay, so I went to obviously a couple different colleges before I finished, and I had many different roommates. Now, this person that was my roommate wasn't, let's see, I'm trying to think of the worst roommate story. God. Yeah, I mean, that he was a nice guy. It's like, it was just, I had a roommate who just like hotboxed the room like super bad. You know, and like I don't deal well with like smoke and things like that. I've always had like allergies, so that was a bit of a nightmare. But I ended up just like sleeping in the living room of that place because the housing department wouldn't really do anything. Him and his there's more to that story also, but it's probably not safe for stream. There was some like grungy shit going on that I like walked in on. Let's just say I walked in on that guy like doing some pretty nasty stuff with his girlfriend, and you know. It's not safe for stream. Let's just put it that way. I'm trying to think of like something else. Typically, yeah, worst roommates. I mean, shit, I got pretty damn lucky. That was like really the only situation I ran into. I'm a very easygoing guy, so like I can tolerate a lot. And you know, I'm pretty like, you know, low key, but that was probably the worst. Yeah. Yeah, they weren't like the guy. You're not allowed to smoke in the actual dorm rooms in the college I was in. But like, here's the thing: I either rat the guy out and he gets expelled from the college and kicked out of the dorms, and it really messes up his life, or I just like take a neutral approach and take a little bit of a hit because he wasn't a terrible person, you know. And I just went and like slept in the other room basically, and just, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. 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 No, it's not like, yeah. It's pretty wild for sure. But, you know, I didn't want to get the guy like kicked out of the school, you know, and like he was fine, so it is what it is. All right, guys. So, we are here in the next battle. We are here in the next battle. It is going to be Gore Herds into the sunset. Gore Herds, you know, with shields, actually. Pretty interesting. You know, Gore Herds with shields, probably a tech piece against Chameleon Skinks and, you know, various cohorts and things like that. Because, again, the Lizardmen have a lot of ways to kind of poke that down. We got Harpies up in the sky. Morker, the Shadow Gave, backed up by a Bray Shaman of Shadows. And the backfield is going to be a bunch of throwing axes with more hounds. And, again, throwing axes are super necessary here to deal with big monsters. Look at this, guys. And the Flying Taco. Check this out. He's coming in with Nakai, baby. We also have the cohort of Hwaddle, Star Chamber Guardians, Saurus Warriors on the flank, Spears, as well as Sacred Croxagores. So it is on. Let us go ahead and do Glorious Battle and see how this unfolds. Yeah, it's basically just an elite Lizardman infantry rush backed up by triple Boxagore. So he's got Sacred Croxies here and here, as well as Nakai the Wanderer, and it looks like, yeah, just the cohort of Hwaddle as well. That is a very, very meaty army. A very meaty force. Yeah, check that out. We do have a Feral Bastillodon going in, taking one on the face, but, you know, he's a happy little distraction Carnifex. He only costs, what, 650, so even if that thing does get nuked down, it's not going to be too bad. But, yeah, very smart play here by J Phoenix, not taking a head-on engagement. This is the way. You got to pull back. You got to hope that Flying Taco makes a mistake and doesn't engage, like, everywhere. This is great, too. Yeah, if you can Rampage that Bastillodon and, you know, pull it away from the army and get a free kill, the Beastmen are pretty haggard. They have to pretty much take whatever they can. So yeah, we'll see how it unfolds. But yes, the Feral Bastillodon here is cold-blooded. In the words of, you guys remember the old Chappelle Show skit, the cold-blooded one when, not Rick James, was it Rick James? Yeah, Rick James punches Charlie Murphy in the head, and he's like, or no, was that the Rick James bit with the whole cold-blooded thing? I can't remember. Sorry, guys. This old brain of mine is getting slower as we get rolling here. So, the Lizardman army advancing up to the bushes, which is the way. Flying Taco staying very, very tightly kind of packed with his army, which again is correct. You're trying to, you know, not let the Beastmen pick anything apart. For example, if a spear unit chases the Centaurs for a second, the Harpies could rear attack them, the Centaurs could charge them from the front, the Hounds could attack, and you could get a free pick there, which would be very, very valuable indeed. So here they come, the cohort of Hwaddle and the Croxagore box making its way downtown. I don't think that the Beastmen were expecting this. That is for sure. Although, what is the meta even in this matchup? I mean, I think typically Lizardmen do go with like a really, really big monster in this matchup of some sort and try and get like big terror routes and all that sort of good stuff. But yeah, so far, ammunition on the Beastmen force is pretty good. Getting shots into the back of the Saurus Spears doesn't hurt, and now the Ungors are going to have to be sacrificed. Somebody has to be sacrificed to these WWE crocodiles who are doing, you know, the people's elbow and body slams and, you know, the Undertaker chokehold on some of these poor Gore Herds here. So now the rest of the Beastmen forces are piling in. We do get the Centaurs with throwing axes, unleashing a pretty decent little salvo here. Morker, the Shadow Gave, going to be getting in there with his dreadlocks. You can already see that the Ungor Spearmen with the Miasma of Despair, which does lower leadership, are starting to buckle pretty quick. Granted, the basic Gore Herds, despite the debuffs, Primal Roar really giving these Saurus Spears a fighting chance, but the Gore Herds here seem to be trading pretty damn effectively. Now, Morker probably will have to just kind of sacrifice himself in the middle because Nakai is a pretty alpha dude. He's going to be getting in there and going to Pound Town against Morker, the Shadow Gave, and yeah, you can see Nakai doing his really cool attack animations. Unfortunately, missing his attacks, which does tend to happen quite a bit with him, I've noticed. Bounce of Power is a little bit Beastmen favored here, but the only reason that's so is because of the spawn summons. They'll be disappearing here any second. Now, really good isolation here. This is what I'm talking about against Beastmen. J Phoenix doing a very good job of surrounding the Saurus Spears here in the backfield, and certainly will be going in with the Warhounds and these other units and doing it to it. So maybe the Spears will break, maybe not. Lizardmen do have very, very good leadership. We have not seen the second spawn summon. Worker basically running for his life. You can see here that Nakai is just, oh my god, I love his attack animations. Yeah, Morker getting launched past the camera. That actually made me laugh. He's at 2,500 HP. I mean, yeah. For Flying Taco, you just want to just keep chasing Morker. Eventually, you know, Nakai will get him and beat him in combat. Nakai has a pretty good bonus for his infantry, and doesn't he? Oh, he does it! I could have sworn... Oh, those are Croc scores. Okay, yeah. You see, I never see Nakai. No bonus for his infantry, but still, 60 melee attack is no joke. Flock of Doom going down as well. Does hit a large portion of the Beastmen army. Pretty close game, actually. The Centaurs and Throwing Axes do have a fair amount of ammo left, and Morker was able to get away and heal, which is actually a pretty nice boon here for the forces of the Beast People. And there's still Gore Herds fighting. Honestly, pretty good surrounds here. Yeah, we got more Harpies coming in. We have Poison Hounds coming in. The Beastmen army, Lizardmen army, I guess they're kind of like beasts, right? They're like Skaven. It's all in the family. They're looking pretty damaged for sure. Star Chamber Guardians are going to be a pain to kill. Do we have Manticore Summons left? I don't know if he even brought Manticore Summons. It does not look like it. So, any sources of terror here in the Lizardmen army? The Bastillodon's gone. It looks like it's being chased down by Morker, as well as the Centaurs. So that's pretty unfortunate. Oh, and it looks like the Spawn Summon actually kills the... I don't know if I've seen that before. Man, Morker just turned that Feral Bastillodon into a bunch of Chaos Spawn, which are now going to be moving back into the main battle. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Centaur's ammunition, let's take a look. These Throwing Axes just ran out. These ones have about 5 to 10% left. Flying Taco does have a pretty immediate little defensive position with some very high leadership units. Nice Primal Roar, going to be giving physical resist to the entire Lizardmen army, but it looks like the Beastmen are actually coming away with this. If they can break the leadership here on any of these Crocsgores, that'll probably be game blouses. Although Nakai still will be a problem to deal with. And again, the spawn are an issue as well. And we got Gore Herds just piling in. Let's see, the Skink Priest of Beasts is doing okay. Star Chamber Guardians are holding. I mean, oh, never mind. Look at this. The Brave Shaman of Shadows actually got caught in here somehow. That is going to change the dynamic of the battle for sure. And you can see it being reflected. If the Brave Shaman was a little bit healthier, could use more Mel cost to wear down the Star Chamber Guardians, didn't get gooned like that, you know, I think the Beastmen had a pretty good chance here. But now it's looking like the Lizardmen might actually hold. Sacred Crocsagores are shaken. The spawn unit will be disappearing soon. Let's see what kind of damage it can do against the Star Chamber Guardians. A really good Flock of Doom actually nails the entire Beastmen army as it retreats. Oh, and check this out. We do actually have Sara Spears as well as a Sacred Crocsagore making its way back in. Falcon says, Taco once turned my Shredder of Luster into spawn. You ain't seen anything yet. That's pretty funny because that's actually huge value. So Nakai going to Poundland for sure, stretching the pound here of Morker the Shadow gave. And yeah, he's not going to be in great shape as Big Pimp Claw here is running for the hills, as Nakai running with his Weeaboo run. Look at that. Nakai does the Naruto run. He actually does it. Nakai is the new anime character confirmed. Going after Morker. That is army losses, and the dreaded triple Boxagore build has claimed victory here for the Flying Taco. Now, it is a matchup that historically I think is pretty good for Lizard, so you can usually get away with Mimir builds. And in this case, we can see it was gotten away with. Yo, Turin, I'm a little late on the stream, but I gotta tell you, Culver's is where it's at. Is that a food place? Yeah. Are you talking about like Culver City? Well, anyways. Pretty cool build. Yeah, Centaur's Throwing Axes all did great. 1200, 1100, 900, 900, they all did very good work. But of course, the Beastmen infantry just got dunked on. Super hard. So yeah, it wasn't quite enough to bring down all the heavy armor. Crocsagores didn't do that great. And Nakai actually got 2100 value from beating on Morker, but yeah, they held the line, and the Beastmen ran. That is that. GG, well played. So, we can update the scorecards. GG, well played. Next two up. And we can update that, and J Phoenix, or Flying Taco gets the victory. 2-0. And yeah, got to play some fun matchups, try some stuff out. All is good. And next up, hey, no worries. J Phoenix, thanks for playing. So next up, we have Hadries facing off against Valkanos. Hadries versus Valk. Up now. Password is 123. Cool. So another best of 3 is on the way. Big thanks to Taco and J Phoenix for playing. And those players will be joining in just a moment. Turin, do you have any experience in Warhammer Kill Team? No, Nickelback. I only play with 40k. Yeah. I prefer the big epic battles. You know, my inner child likes to see like a lot of models on the board, and you can see it in my playstyle actually. I played a list the other night that had like 120 models on the board, and my opponent had like, 20 or 30 because he was playing like Space Marines, and he was like, holy shit, that is a lot of Poxwalkers. Valkanos. Valkanos been doing a great job lately casting the Warhammer World Championships. If you guys haven't seen Valkanos' channel, if we have a mod in chat who could link to it, he's probably been doing the most in-depth coverage on the Warhammer World Championships. So definitely check out his channel. He's a really cool guy, and yeah, it's been doing great work. Doing RTK proud. So now we have Valkanos versus Hadries in this matchup. Thanks to Ricardo for being a member. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard. I actually, something I was thinking about doing was hiring, have you guys ever seen Cameo.com? Cameo, it's Cameo.com. Basically, it's a place where celebrities go and they just, they just you know, people pay them to say things and like birthday wishes, that kind of thing. So I thought about going on there and hiring Chuck Norris to actually do my channel intro. Yeah, but he's really expensive, and I have to, on his profile on there, it like says something about like if you're going to be using this for commercial use or like anything that generates profit, you have to like, yeah, it's not allowed or there's some issues with it. So I don't know what the middle ground would be for my YouTube channel, but I'd love to have Chuck Norris do a channel intro. That'd be so cool. Hadries, yeah. All right, so the map will be, we'll give him the Oaken Hammer. We'll give him the Old Faithful. Yeah. Thanks, Jay Phoenix. Appreciate that. Hope you take care. You have a great night as well. Well, if you're looking for Skaven, you're certainly in the right place. Hadries, last time I played him, I think he's been playing Wood Elves and Skaven mostly, from what I've seen. So yeah. Misha, I don't know if it was that expensive. I think it was like, I mean, it's expensive, but like it's something that could be done. I just have to. I'm gonna send a message to the Chuck Norris profile and see if he does things. Yeah, if he's willing to. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot a message for sure. Theo Fenton will do. Yeah, will do. I'm almost done with the campaign though, so. Hadries is going Wood Elves, banning Dawi and Bretonia. Okay, so we got Wood Elf pick here from Hadries. Now Valkanos here on the counter pick. Let's see what the mighty Valkanos picks. Valkanos was in the Legendary Lords tournament. He was eliminated though. He was on Throg. He did good. He had some great matches, but in the end, it just came up just short. Yeah, Misha, for sure. Is it your best Chuck Norris impression? Dude, he's hard to impersonate. He doesn't have like, yeah. It's easier to impersonate like people with accents and things like with really distinct, you know, that are outside of your own. Because like, yeah, it's hard. A Chuck Norris impersonation. Okay. Any business request must be motivational for employees and internal purposes only. This is totally motivational. Yeah. Yeah. It would just be like the channel intro, you know? We can get Chuck, you think so? I'll send Chuck Norris a message and see if like, yeah. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, I mean, Chuck Norris has done stuff for like World of Warcraft. I know he was in the commercials for that way back in the day. All right, so we got Wood Elves versus Tomb Kings. Fun matchup. You don't see it. I guess it's a somewhat common one. Yeah, I like it. There's a couple ways you can play it. Mass Rush with Wood Elves is good. You can go Way Watchers. Or Glade Guard spam is also good. I just got to I got to think of what we would say. Yeah. Roundhouse kicked me in the face. That would be some next level shit if Chuck Norris actually I just head out to where he lives and he just roundhouse kicks me in the face for the channel. Although that would be probably something I could get seriously injured doing. Yeah. Well. So Hadries versus Valkanos. The match is upon us. Should hit up Henry Cavill. I definitely I remember when he like that article came out saying that he was into Warhammer Tabletop. And then like you saw the the Warhammer 40k channels like challenging him to games and stuff. It was pretty funny. Yeah. Jay Phoenix thinks War Dancers. Yeah, War Dancers interesting. Yeah, I can see that. They could really cut through the Tomb Guard and other units pretty well. The only issue with War Dancers though is against like Skeleton Horseman Archers, Caskets, things like that, they might get gooned out. But yeah, I can see if you go with like a critical mass of War Dancers, like a Threat Overload War Dancer Dryad hybrid with like Glade Rider support on the flanks, that could be pretty good. I'd get Q from Star Trek. Yeah, that'd be really fun. That'd be really cool. All of us combined aren't hot enough to talk to Henry Cavill. That's funny. Well, Valkanos, what will you bring? I kind of have an idea of what Hadries will bring. Hadries and I have played a lot of games against each other, so I kind of know his playstyle. But Valkanos, I haven't played quite as many games against Valkanos, aside from funny events like Sotek's tabletop tournament where you don't get to bring your army against the opponent. You just bring a preset army basically. You like dragon cavalry rushes? Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, dragons are a thing. Although, yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence about dragons. I've been losing all my dragon games lately. Yeah. Ricardo's got us covered. Yeah, Kepler Guard can beat them in melee, but Kepler Guard, yeah, I guess Kepler Guard or something you see here. They do magic damage, which is quite good against Dryads. Wouldn't it be wild to see like a Bladesinger rush? That'd be so cool. Like triple Bladesinger with a bunch of like Dryad support. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows indeed. But yeah, guys, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up on the horizon here. This weekend we have the Warhammer World Championship, which will be casting here on Ye Old Channel. Yeah, it's going to be great. Really want to get into an Eltharion campaign, but I have no idea what to do in the early game. So, Bob, if you go and watch my Eltharion campaign, I think we played it on Legendary. I can't remember, or Very Hard. You can just, you know, watch the first episode there, and you'll get. Hopefully, that'll give you some inspiration. Off the top of my head, I don't recall. It was a while back, but I would just go check that out. Yeah. No, William Shatner would not be cheap to hire, because a lot of those Star Trek guys, there's like a high premium on them because of the cult culture of Star Trek, like how there's a big cult following, you know, not even cult following, but like they have a really passionate fan base. Yeah, so that probably would not be cheap. Yeah. Yeah. So, the battle is upon us on everyone's favorite map, the Oaken Hammer. For the forces of the Tomb Kings and the Great Valkanos. Skeleton Spearmen, we do have Ark in the Black, as well as a Lich Priest of Light. Pretty cool. You got the net, you got the snipe. Nets are pretty useful against Wood Elves. Nakar Horsemen, a bunch of Skeleton Horsemen Archers. We do have Eyes of the Desert, as well as Necropolis Knights with Halberds. I do like this army. I do like this army indeed. I think it's good. The Halberds, I'm kind of the opinion lately that getting Necropolis Knights with the shields is better against Wood Elves because of the durability against their missile play. But, you know, in this case, did Hadri's bring any missiles? Yes, he did bring the Glade Guard. But, you know, the Halberds are good too. It really just depends on your playstyle and how you like to use the unit. But they both have their interchangeable kind of efficiency here. So that is it for the Tomb King's army. A little bit of range focus via the Eyes of the Desert, which is a nice pick too here by Valkanos. It gives some magic damage against the Lost Sylvan Knights, who are very, very tough to deal with. We got the double Waystalkers. These bad boys are here to snipe characters, as well as caskets and Screaming Skull catapults with their arrows of Kurnus. The main battle line is going to be Dryads, backed up here by the Glade Guard Hagbane Tips. And then in Deep Reserve, we have the Glade Riders with Spears. So looking like a pretty fun army. Late night stream, baby. All day, every day. We're going here. Well, not every day, but you guys get it. It was more of an expression of excitement, things like that. You guys understood. Jay Phoenix says, I'm rooting for Lotus this weekend. When I started playing the game, he was in his prime. Yeah, you know, Lotus really... So Lotus Moon did make it to the top 4, and, you know, he had been playing in a lot of my events, including the team tournament we were playing in, and he was taking some L's for sure. So, you know, I didn't have the... I was really shocked to see, like, him just crushing really, really... I mean, he is very high level, but, yeah, he's back in proper form for sure. He's been doing super well. So Lotus Moon will be on this weekend stream. Yeah, he's been killing it. Lich109, thank you for the fiber. Thank you for the fiber. Really appreciate that. Late night stream. Yeah, so Lotus is playing. We have I think we have Evenstar, we have Showtime, and then who is Lotus playing on that bottom side? Is it Crabling? I think it's Crabling. Anyways, the battle is underway. Arrows of Kurnus going into Ark in the Black. However, he is on foot, so if Arkin was on a horse, he would have lost like half his health. But since he's on foot here, he's not going to be taking much damage, which is quite good. Do you have a legendary lord you personally want to win the tournament? I'd love to see like a Haggard lord win it, like someone like Imric, or you know, someone who's not like a mainstream lord. That's all I'm really asking for. But again, I just want to see good play. Over here on the flank, look at this. We do see an Awakening of the Wood, which actually does have a slowing effect. And Hadri's is going to be catching the 2 Skeleton Horsemen Archers. Really, really nice play there by Hadri's. That was a very, very smooth play. So the Skeleton Horsemen Archers is going to get punished by the Glade Riders with Spears, and they're forced back. It looks like Spirit Leech is going down, overcasted, on top of the Lost Sylvan Knights from Ark in the Black. However, an Earthblood should counter most of that damage coming in. And, there's been a bit of, okay, it's either Crabling or Alfredino. They need to replay a game. Understood. Understood. Well, we will see. Either way, they're both very good players. So Skeleton Horsemen Archers shooting into the Glade Riders with Spears. Should be able to run. I mean, they do have 76 speed. A little bit slower, but I mean, even still, if they're running and picking off models, it's pretty cost effective. And man, oh man, look at the Waystalkers, guys. Sniping out the Lich Priest of Light. That bad boy is getting the business, and he's at -1 right now. He is running for the hills, or running to the hills to try and escape. Here we get the Lost Sylvan Knights heading off the Nakar Horsemen. We also get the Necropolis Knights from Valkanos getting some very good charges here. It looks like a little bit of a lapse there, and those Glade Riders with Spears do get caught. But we do have the Glade Guard here, and they seem to be doing very good damage against the Eyes of the Desert. Valkanos definitely needs to pull back those eyes. Get him back here, use them a little bit more defensively, because in this position, they are just getting melted. And look at this, the Waystalkers have already killed the Lich Priest of Light. Tomb King's characters, especially the secondary characters, are very, very squishy. Certainly very easy to bring down. The Wood Elves are pulling back. This is smart. If you can pull the Tomb King's cavalry like back to this center of the map, and force an overextension, it'll be more easy to get your reinforcements over there. And what do we have? A Spellweaver of Life? Yeah, looks like that is going to be the case. Arrows of Kernus coming in, going after the Necropolis Knights. It does actually pick off a model. The Lich Priest of Light is indeed dead. Balance of Power is a little bit Wood Elf favored here for Hadries, as he does pull back with the Lost Sylvan Knights and the Glade Riders. Now going to be jumping in, going in for the kill, and 1, a 2, and a 3. So there they go. Now Carl Horseman getting pounded pretty good. The Eagle is coming in. Gandalf, the Eagles, and the Wild Riders also bouncing across, going after the Necropolis Knights. Looks like this should be a pretty decisive win for the Wood Elves here. And the problem is, if you lose to the Wood Elves in a cavalry fight, the big problem is that you're going to get chased down most likely. So now Hadries is going to be chasing them with all these different units. That's how, if you really want to fight the Wood Elves in the mobile game, you got to commit. You got to go balls deep. Because now these 15 Necropolis Knights, a very valuable unit, are going to be paying the Troll Toll. Arkin did drop a Skeleton Summon in the secondary line. A nice play there by Valkanos to try and pressure the archers. But Hadri's doing a very good job pulling them back. Look, he even gives Loic's Blessing to give them a speed boost. That's some really, really nice kind of micro-level play. Dryads battling against Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard should be able to win that engagement, but I don't know if it's going to matter. I feel like the Wood Elf Cavalry will now be a little bit too dominant on the battlefield, especially the Lost Sylvan Knights. There are Spirit Leeches from Ark in the Black, of course, which are a little bit of a problem, but yeah, those Lost Sylvan Knights are just going to run everything over at this point. It is going to be very, very tricky to bring them down. So here comes the Lost Sylvan Knights, sending these guys to Christmas a little bit early this year, as the Lost Skeleton Warriors here will be dissipating. Yes, they are gone. Ark in the Black Summon, no longer here in this realm. Tomb King's actually winning the frontline fight, something you don't see terribly often. The Dryads are obviously broken down here. It looks like the Tomb Guard able to do pretty well. Now we got Dryad Infantry moving in after the Eyes of the Desert, and they're actually taking some work. Eyes of the Desert are not great against infantry. They're, of course, an anti-large halberd unit. So this is pretty much the last thing they want to be doing, is fighting like chaff Dryad units and things like that. Ark in the Black does get sniped again. Hadri's pulling ahead even further on the Balance of Power, as he is able to stabilize his archer position. And over here, it looks like the Spellweaver as well as the Glade Riders should finish off the Skeleton Horseman Archers. We will see. A very good play on both sides. But winning that cap engagement for Hadri's, I think, was the big deciding factor. Here comes the Nushapti Summon. Going to be dropping the base right here onto the Lost Sylvan Knights, who I would imagine should pull out here. We'll see. Looks like they're going to try and get away. Okay, a couple of them do get trapped. That's actually quite nice. And yeah, the Nushapti obviously have pretty good mass, so you don't want to lose a bunch of Sylvan Knights here. So I guess turning around and fighting is the way. Yeah, look at this. Valkanos scrapping back with that Nushapti Summon. Also the very good Spirit Leech on top of the Lost Sylvan Knights might be something to consider. Waystalkers getting intercepted before they can do lethal damage here against Ark in the Black. It looks like the Skeleton Horsemen Archers are attacking them in melee, which is a good chunk. The Waystalkers aren't great at clearing out mass amounts of infantry. They're very much a duelist character and or a sniping character. So why didn't the Tomb King just bring their Sylvanian handgunners? Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, that would be quite humorous indeed. Lost Sylvan Knights grinding through the Tomb Guard. Here on the backfield, we do have the missile units getting some great value, shooting into what appears to be Arkin. Yeah, I think they're trying to snipe him, or some Tomb Guard. But when the Ushapti Summon disappears, which it will be doing here in about 20 or 30 seconds, it's going to be a very different battle. The Lost Sylvan Knights are still alive, and they have insane leadership. I mean, even at this point in the game, being at like 25%, those bad boys still rocking some pretty good leadership values. It looks like it's in the 50s, give or take. But I don't know, Valkanos might be able to scrap this back. It's hard to say. The Spellweaver isn't like a hard carry character, and well, where the hell is that Spellweaver anyways? Okay, here, she's coming back, but the Spellweaver honestly might be good to cycle charge Ark in the Black. I think that might be the way. It looks like the Spellweaver is going after the Skeleton Horseman Archers, but Arkin is a foot character and, obviously could be bullied very heavily by a Great Eagle. So I think that is something to consider. Dimitri says, hey, Turin, huge fan of your content. Go get a burger from Burgers Never Say Die in Silver Lake by Sigma Arts Good. I will. My brother actually lived in Silver Lake for many years. I think I know the area well. So yeah, I'll go try it out for sure. You said bacon. Enough has been said. Thank you so much. And I will get this burger in your honor. Okay, so despite the little bit of a comeback here from the Tomb Kings, I think the Wood Elves still got this. The Waystalkers here, of course, are surrounded. And if they were to break the Waystalkers, maybe if Ark in the Black could move over here and, help out with the Waystalker. But it looks like now he's going to be paying the Eagle toll. The Eagles, Gandalf! And now they're flying. It looks like Ark of the Black dropping a pretty nice little summon to tar pit the Spellweaver. Although, maybe saving the summon. Yeah, I guess there's not really much of a choice. I think that was the right play by Valkanos in retrospect. Because, you know, the Eagle could just straight up kill him, right? So you might as well just use whatever summons you have on the battlefield and try and get your value and do it to it. Michael! So just putting this out there. Peckless plus 2 Phoenixes. The Burb Force 1. Love from Doomsage. Hey, appreciate that, Michael. That's Bird Force 1. I like that. That's pretty good. Yeah. The Phoenix Goon Squad with Teclis is really strong because basically what you do is Arcane Phoenixes do fire damage, right? So you have Teclis, you have another Arcane Phoenix. You cast any spell on Teclis will trigger the Kindle Flame passive, therefore making the enemy units weak to fire. So then Teclis and the other bird, which have over 400 weapon strength, are getting a 22% boost on their damage each. It's pretty insane. Now, it looks like Ark in the Black's curse is going down. The Wood Elf archers are piling into melee against Tomb Guard. Certainly not fun for them, but there's only a couple of Tomb Guard left, so I think they should be okay for the most part. And yeah, Hadri Spellweaver going hard on Ark in the Black, but Bone Daddy here not having the best time of his life, and it looks like Hadri's probably will be taking the strap here in the first game, in game 1 of this best of 3 series. Clearly, these two players very evenly matched. You know, we're up here at the 8-minute mark, and they've had a really, really good scrap back and forth. Valkanos looked like he was out of the game early, but did a very good job clawing his way back with a very nice Ushapti summon trap. But I don't think Ark and Daddy is going to be able to handle this against the Waystalkers as well. There's 2 heroic characters, right? Some of them still have ammo. They could probably snipe Arkin in conjunction with the Lost Sylvan Knights. There's a lot of nasty stuff here on the battlefield. Michael and Dimitri, thanks again for your support, guys. Really appreciate that. So, GG well played here in game 1. We will see what is going on here in the next match. Yeah, value accrued. Man, Waystalkers, 1,500, 1,300, pretty good. Sylvan Knights, 15, yeah. Pretty good stuff, for sure. Cool armies by both players. I think the Eyes of the Desert got a little bit kind of headstrong there. If they had sat back a little bit more cautiously, I think it could have been a different game. And also the Cav overextension. But aside from that, it was well played. It's a good game. All right, so Hadri's going up 1 here in this best of 3. So let's do it to it. Yeah, we're doing a handful of best of 3s. Yeah, just to let the players kind of get some practice games in. Map set. Cool. All right, let's see here. Checking something. Very good. Just checking settings. No longer. Cool. Everything looks good on the back end. So players will do their picks and bans here. And yeah, we'll go from there. Oh my god, Headstrong. Take you on. Are you talking about Trapped? This meta sickness is me rip. Snipes are very strong. Yeah, dragons are pretty bad right now, sadly. Yeah. They're just not the best unit. Is that what happened to you in the World Championship, Falcon? You tried to use dragons and you just paid the ultimate price for it? So we got Vampire Couts from Valkanos, which I think is his main faction. I always remember Valkanos being an undead guy. Yeah, for the longest time. So it looks like he's going Vampire Counts, banning Dark Elves and High Elves. Hadri's on the counter pick here. Yeah, I don't know. Will Hadri's pick Skaven into this? I don't think so. Wood Elves are off the table, so anytime your opponent first picks you on Wood Elves, it's really strong if you're a good Vampire Count player to pick them second. If you're going second, because then you can ban the other elf factions, and pretty much all your counters are gone. I feel like Vampire Coast actually loses more to them. Lizardmen are a decent option too. Okay. Lish109 says, Turin, my super chat donation didn't show the message. It is, what do you do in the Eltharion campaign is you immediately challenge Grom and then hide Eltharion in a forest for 1 turn and win. Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, Jay Phoenix saying Horse Lords suck too. They didn't get the overhaul foot characters did, sadly. Yeah, horse characters certainly not super great. Some can be okay. It depends. Like putting Teclis on a horse is whatever. It's more so for like combat-centric characters in my experience. Because the problem with horse characters is targeted abilities like Arrows of Kurnus and Vindictive Glares like guaranteed do full damage to them most of the time. So you actually are at a huge disadvantage there. And yeah. Valkanos is a Norscan player. Yeah, so I've had Valkanos Catan play in my faction wars as Norska and Vampire Counts. So I've seen him. He had a really epic game with Norska against, it was against Tank, I think, a while back, and he was able to pull off a win with the Condom Wolf Werekin. It was really good. Really, really good. Yeah. So that's that. Aren't we all biased? Yeah, of course. Of course. Everyone thinks their main faction is bad. Actually, that's not true. Because I main Empire, and I don't have any ill feelings towards them. I'm not like one of the people like, oh yeah, like, because that's very common though. You see that with like tournament players. They'll be like, whatever faction they main, they'll complain about and say they need like, you know, buffs or they're bad. You know, that is something I've witnessed quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, there's certainly some that I think we can all agree on. Like, I think the greenskin mass regeneration is a little bit too strong. Like Grom, Hag, Triple Stone Troll. It's pretty oppressive. Grom the Punch is really powerful too. And like the efficacy of Spider Riders and all these different units. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that was Valkanos versus Tank. I can't, or maybe it was a different player, but basically it came down to Valkanos having like a Skinwolf Werkin who soloed like a Vargeist or a Vargulf and like a couple other units, and it was like super epic because like it's a hard matchup for Norska. Unfortunately, he got forced into it because, you know, in faction war you don't really have a choice after the first round who you fight. It's kind of rough. Yeah, he's definitely great at those factions. Norska is in a weird place. I agree. Greenskins do not suck, Brad. They're by far the strongest faction in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, High Elves are okay for sure. They do struggle with stuff like Greenskins and Bretonnia. Yeah, they have a handful of tricky matchups. Yeah, that was Valkanos. That's what I thought. Yeah, that was probably one of my most memorable games from that event. Like I don't even remember the finals from that, but I remember that game because it was so awesome. It was awesome indeed. We'll be having after Warhammer World Championship this weekend, we'll be doing what's it called? We'll be getting back to ECL, which I put on hold until we finish the World Championship because I've been streaming World Championship streams and stuff. At times I'd normally stream ECL, so we'll be back to ECL. Season 6, and then we'll also be having another faction war coming up in the next few weeks, which we will have a qualifier for. So I'll announce it far ahead of time, so it'll be on a weekend. It'll be better. Wouldn't Skaven be stronger than Greenskins? No. Skaven are very good, Rip. They're very good. Skaven are a solid faction, but they just took some big nerfs. They're still great, though, but they're not as good as Greenskins. Greenskins, you can like, players ask me all the time. They're like, oh, you know, what build should I bring with Greenskins in multiplayer? Well, it's not Greenskins, but any faction. But for most factions, you can't say this. You can't be like, oh, just bring this build and you'll be fine in like 80% of your matchups. But with Greenskins, you can. You can be like, take Grom, take a Hag, take a Vindictive Glarecaster, take some bunch of Stone Trolls and Spider Rider Archers. And then like you can literally use that in like almost every matchup and have a chance. It's very, very nasty. Yeah, Greenskins are very powerful. People like figured out how to play them. Like right after they launched, I don't think people truly realized like the power of all that and didn't really abuse it to the max, but now people really know, and it's very good. I mean, look, you can beat Greenskins for sure. They're not indestructible, but they're very powerful. Yeah. Very, very powerful indeed. All right, guys. So for the Lizards, let's see what we got. We got Hadries with Chameleon Skinks. We got Spears on the flanks. We do also have a Bastillodon with the Rev Crystal. And the Shredder of Lustria, baby. A man after our own hearts. The mighty Shredder Beast is here. We'll see if he can do some work. In the back, we got Salamander Hunting Packs. It looks like it's going to be Nakai the Wanderer. Okay, I was about to wonder, I'm like, is Hadri's going full meme here? And he is. Nakai plus a I mean, Dread Saurians, I guess, aren't super uncommon in this matchup. But yeah, Nakai certainly is a bit of a meme, right? Well, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he'll do well. It is the Shredder. It is the Shred Beast. So for the rest of the army here, guys, we have a Skink Priest of Beasts. On the flanks here, we have a Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. We also have the Dreaded Claw of Nagash. Everything's dreaded. I need to come up with some different words. But yeah, for Valkanos, we got a Mortis Engine just to deal with the Lizardmen Elite Infantry box. Cryptors are very good high mass units with poison to trap big monsters. Vargulfs can cycle charge. Looks like a good build. We got, you know, Feryx Reavers back here as well as a Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Yeah, it's a good army. It's a good army for sure. It is a good army for sure. Nakai Shredder, yes. It's magical indeed. So let's see where they take the fight. You know, the Mortis Engine is a big factor. The Shredder of Lustria can certainly screen it out to an extent, but you got to be careful that you don't overextend with the Shredder, because then you basically lose. Nakai has an aura, yeah, he's got the Primal Roar, and he has the Miasma of Despair, and he also has a Perfect Vigor aura with the Golden Tributes. Yeah, that's what Hadri's is going for. So basically that gives you Perfect Vigor in a blob, which is pretty okay against Vampire counts. If you keep it next to the Shredder and, you know, keep him fresh the whole time, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. I mean, look, it's not an optimal build by any stretch of the imagination. But again, tonight's stream is a practice stream, a fun stream, a place for people who want to play to get in there and try some different stuff. So, yeah, we will see. So the Saurian will never get tired. Yes, the Shredder, he's been taking his stamina pills from the gas station. He is good to go. You guys know about those, right? When you like go to a gas station, they have all this like really haggard, shady like supplements. Like this will increase your stamina. Yeah, those are so cringy for sure. Fellbat's getting blasted pretty good. Has anybody here in chat ever taken those? Like gas station stamina stamina pills? For you know what they're for, of course, but you know, yeah, some wild shit. Fellbat's getting blasted pretty good by the Chameleon Skink cohort. Not actually the cohort unit, but like a cohort of them, like a whole bunch. You get the picture. So yeah, the Fellbats or Valkanos are going to be falling right there. Hadri's positioning up here. Looks like hiding some salamanders behind spears in the forest here. And the Lizardmen just kind of poking and stroking. Getting in there, yeah. I mean, taking out a Fellbat this early is quite nice. Yeah, ferocious tiger pills for sure. It's usually something like that, Justin. I'm sorry to hear you can't sleep, by the way. Fellbat's getting shot. Down they go. That's 350 gold in the pocket for Nakai. And now it looks like he's thinking about going forward. Just using the Howdah on top of the Shredder to blast some of the zombies. And look at that. Salamander is actually getting a decent little volley. Ooh, look at that. All right. Man, nice little ambush. The Cryptors here for Valkanos certainly getting the business. And now they're going to be pulling back as Hadri's does restructure his Shredder of Lustria, looking to chase down the Varix Reavers. A little bit tricky. Matthew says, Turin, took 4 at once in college and was just bloated and sweaty for... I don't know why that made me laugh. You're just bloated and sweaty for hours? Oh my god, I don't know why that's so funny. I could just get this image of just this sweating, bloated man. Oh god, that's so funny, dude. Okay, well anyways, let me get my bearings once again. I have to get all of this out of my system before we have the stream on Creative Assembly's official channel, just so I'm not having these sort of conversations. Alright, so the Saurus Spears holding the front line against the zombies. And now the Chameleon Skinks unleashing their poison shots into what appears to be the Cryptors, which is certainly good. The cavalry for the vampires was pushed back into the Shadow Realm, the Shredder of Lustria doing some good work. Now we get a Manticore summon coming in, going after the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, while Valkanos attempts to drop a zombie summon to tar pit the Chameleons, but unfortunately it looks like it wasn't right on top of them, and should be able to get away with the Salamanders no problem. So, Blood Dragon Lord does land amongst the Saurus Spears, who are in a little bit of a problematic situation. The Claw of Nagash and the Blood Dragon Lord, they probably won't last long, but Nakai and the Shredder of Lustria going in, battling the Cryptor Blob. But the Cryptors actually get a nice little engagement. However, they are really, really vulnerable to fire here, as the Chameleon Skinks are, oh man, just melting them. Yeah, look at the Cryptors just getting shreked here. Being sent back to the swamp for sure. Yes, now we know how bloated corpses are made. You have to take gas station boner pills and do your thing. Pretty great. Pretty great stuff indeed. So Shredder of Lustria and Nakai holding their own. Certainly, you know, tanking. You can see here the Cryptors are at 6 models here. These ones are at 11. So clearly these Skinks have been doing a good job. Really beautiful breath attack there by Valkanos. That was a nice one. Going right down on top of the Saurus Spears. Really crumbles those guys and does leave the Rev Crystal a little bit alone and naked. In the backfield, we do get the Varix Reavers, which are Lance Cavalry. And they are able to lance into the cohort, although it seemed like an awkward charge, partially because of the Fellbats maybe obstructing them. But anyways, Blood Dragon Lord landing amongst the Skink Horde. What would be really, really powerful here for the vampires would be a zombie summon on top of the Salamanders right now. But guys, the Shredder of Lustria is coming for blood. He's like, oh wait, just a second, I'm stuck on a single zombie. I'm distracted. Oh, but that's a shame. That would have been super exciting to watch them fight. So off runs the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, getting a nice terror route though on the Chameleon Skinks, which are actually wavering. Now, if you can actually break those, probably the strongest play here for Valkanos would be to get the cavalry, the Varix Reavers, and these different units and actually chase them down. But yeah, it looks like Valkanos is taking over this game. He's been able to win most of the ground engagements. Hadri's, his caster, man, that little skink just got done halved there by the Cryptors and Vargulf. And Nakai is trying his best to get that Mortis engine down. The Shredder of Lustria probably won't be able to handle all this. Lizardmen still do have some poke, I guess. If they can stabilize their little Chameleon Skinks and use them on the wings to kind of poke, that'd be quite nice. But still, there are the Black Knights here with lances and bards. Yes, very elite stuff indeed. And now they're going to be able to ride down the Skinks. This is probably one of the most gratifying feelings in the entire game, when you're able to get you know, cavalry of any sort to like charge a Chameleon Skink unit. God, it feels so good. Such a good feeling. Nakai, though, taking this Claw of Nagash to Poundland. It's at about 2,300 HP. Shredder of Lustria definitely needs to finish this off. Although, to be completely fair, I don't know if the Lizardmen have much infantry left. even still, it's a valuable piece. It has a healing effect. There are a number of reasons to bring it down. So, unfortunately for this poor Rev Crystal, he is sitting here not so naked, but he is alone. And yeah, going to be getting charged by the Blood Dragon Lord. Hadri's in response does use the Rev Crystal to heal Nakai, I believe. It looks like Nakai did get the healing. And the Lizardmen do actually get that Mortis Engine. Now, right now, hands down the best play is to come in and try and save this Rev Crystal. If you can keep those monsters together, maximize the healing, that's going to be quite good. And it looks like he is taking a huge beating, but Bastillodons are quite tanky. And man, the Dread Saurian getting a full blow there. Very, very nice stuff. And yeah, the Blood Dragon Lord also taking an attack from Nakai. He better watch out. He better pray, baby. He's in a little bit of trouble. Looks like he's trying to get away now, but man, that Dread Saurian hit so hard. 750 weapon strength. And how fast is it? It looks like it has 60 speed, so the Blood Dragon Lord should be able to get away. So now the game coming back into the favor of the Lizards. Those attacks on the Blood Dragon Lord, quite nice. Big breath attack right on top of the back of the Dread Saurian. Beautiful cast there by Valkanos. Able to nail those units. And now Nakai here is basically fighting Graveguard and Cryptors. Doesn't seem to be going great for him. But will the Dread Saurian be able to kind of weather the storm here? It looks like we still do have the Refusing to Die cohorts, which is huge value because they're applying poison to all these different units. Cryptors at -6 leadership, at 9 leadership, it looks like they might stabilize here. Nope, they go to -29, and there is a Vargulf coming back in as well. So there is the Vargulf. What is it going to accomplish? Looks like it's Gorilla punching the Bastillodon, trying to get rid of the healing, which is certainly a very good choice. No more magic for the Lizardmen. I think that little skink did get punished. Oh no! The skinks are back! That is a huge, huge win. Where are the cavalry? Did they just... Oh no, look at this. The Varix Reavers must have chased something else off. Yeah, okay. The skinks coming back is actually really big. They're putting a fair amount of poke here into the Vargulf, which does force out an Invocation. And the Blood Dragon Lord going to duel the most alpha of all Lizardmen characters, Nakai. And looks like Nakai is going to be trying to stand and fight. Looks like maybe trying to turn around and go after the Blood Dragon Lord. A little bit tricky, but now the Dread Saurian trying to decide whether it wants to attack the Vargulf and or the Blood Dragon Lord, but decides to attack some random zombies instead, which is the way of things. Little skinks, 41 models, still poking in. It looks like they are going after the Blood Dragon Lord, which is now healing capped. Nakai is still going strong, putting some hurt here on the Graveguard with great weapons, now bouncing out to go after the Vargulf. Man, I wish it would be so cool if Nakai had like some sync animations where he like, yeah, man, so much potential with that model. So he's on the run. He's going after the Vargulf here. Good play here by Valkanos, realizing that he really needs to shut down the skinks and does a good job of doing so with Felbats and the Black Knights here. And now we do have the Shredder of Lustria as well as Nakai moving in to fight the final blob fight here. Alex Sear says, I worked at GNC in Canada years ago and a coworker took every prowess supplement we had. He said that he felt no different. He always assumed it was because his natural mojo was just too OP. That guy, your friend or coworker sounds like he could be like a sitcom character, you know? Like someone who like, you know, remember Sex Panther from Anchorman? It sounds like it's in that family. Alex, thank you again for that donation. Really appreciate that. Hope all is well up in Canada. Breath attacks right onto the head, bathing the Shredder of Lustria in some vampiric fire. Or noxious breath, whatever the hell it is. Nice isolation here, though. The dinosaur here is at -50 leadership. The gorilla does punch it. Nakai needs to get something for this. He needs to put some hurt here on the Blood Dragon Lord. We'll see if he can. And it looks like Nakai doesn't quite get the attacks in. Kind of blocked by a couple zombies right there. And the Shredder of Lustria, filled with rage, does bounce out and is able to get some good bump and grind here on the Vargulf. Man, when that Shredder connects, it hits really hard. But oh no, Nakai! Nakai's in trouble. He's surrounded by cavalry. I don't think he's going to be able to duel this. He does have perfect vigor. He's fresh and the Vampire Lord is basically exhausted. So he does have that going for him. And the Shredder of Lustria does kill the Vargulf. And Hadri's now has the Shredder of Lustria coming across and going after the Blood Dragon Lord, which is now pulling back. Man, oh man, this has been a super scrappy game. Is that Blood Dragon Lord going to get the killing blow? Is the Shredder of Lustria going to carry the day? Such a cool beast. Look at this thing. 5,500 value! Holy shit, that might be a record on the Shredder of Lustria. And yes, Nakai still holding firm. I mean, him and his Shredder of Lustria are in perfect vigor, which is really, really cool. And yeah, man, I don't know. It looks like the Lizards are going to win this. The Shredder is just unstoppable. This thing has got, like, you know, the Shredder almost never pays for itself. But in this case, it has almost paid for itself twice over. The Shredder ate the gorilla, most likely so. The dragon actually gets kind of like staggered there as it goes after. But now the Shredder, oh, dude, you're in some trouble. It's going, trying to get the damage in. 1,300 down. Oh, Nakai coming in. Getting a nice shot right there. And the Shredder with the follow-up punch, the 1-2. And the Blood Dragon Lord is running for the hills. GG, well played. Holy shit. And the Lizardmen claim victory. The The Shredder probably getting over 6,000 value. Oh my god, what a match. What a match there, guys. That was a very, very solid scrap. Very, very solid scrap indeed. Alright, so 3,200 value Nakai. Magical shit. 5,900 value Shredder of Lestria. Oh god, that's so good. That brings me such joy to see these things actually do well. Now, for Valkanos' army, certainly did well. It was a good game. It really was. He got pretty decent value across the board on a number of his units. Not so much the Crypt Horrors, but you still need them for like poison and mass. Yeah, GG, well played. Yeah, that was a really, really good scrap. Solid match for sure. Yeah, the Shredder is 3,800, so it paid for itself. Not quite twice over, but yeah, it did pretty good. I think we need to go to Creative Assembly and make sure the Shredder is nerfed. Yeah. All right. GG, well played. Shredder broke its old 4K value. Valkana says, "Oh god, that Shredder." All right, so GG, well played. Next two up. Until next time. All right, so GG to those fine gentlemen. Let us go ahead and see here. Eltharion versus Dactyr. All right, so next up we have Eltharion, the Duck, aka Poison Ducky, facing off against Dactyr. Both players have said they're in. So let's do it to it. We'll get them in. We'll change these scoreboards. Hadri's does get that 2-0, but the score, not really an accurate reflection of the series. It was very close, very contested. So very well played to both players, Valkanos and Hadri's there. It was super fun. Let's reset that bad boy. Next up, let's see who joins. Have to go ahead and invite them. So Dactyr, I know he's going by a different name here. Dactyr versus Nakai and Shredder. I know the Perfect Vigor was pretty cool. And Poison Ducky as well. Okay, let me go to my friends list. Let's find these two gents. Oh, they're going by different names. I think this is Dactyr. He's going by Zotdur right now. Okay, so let's invite him to the lobby. And I don't know what name. Okay, there he is. So Poison Ducky, let's see if he's still around. All right. On Steam. You're hidden on Steam, I believe. Yeah, I think Poison Ducky is hidden on Steam right now. That's why I can't see him. So we'll get him here in just a second. I'm pretty sure he's already on my friends list. We'll see. We will see. I was there 3,000 years ago. Okay, so he's gonna have to add me because for some reason my Steam is bugged. It won't let me add people to my friends list, but people can add me. It's a very strange thing. Anyways, all right, so we got Dactyr facing off against Poison Ducky here in our next match. So after this, I'll play a best of 3 just to close out the stream, and that'll be it. That will be it. Relatively, about 2 hour stream tonight, give or take. Yeah, it was some fun matches for sure. Dactyr needs his name a little bit bigger. It's a little bit sad there. There you go. All right, so Poison Ducky has added me, I believe. He has. Very good. Confirm. All right. So should be all set now. That's weird. I could have sworn Poison Ducky was on my friends list from before. Okay. It's the main reason Sigvald does this. Yeah, it's very true. It's very true, Hadries. Did you reach your friend cap? No, I didn't. I just can't send friend invites, but people can add me. So we will do the, I think Plains of the Dead is fine, right? Plains of the Dead is just a flat map. Yeah. Map set. Good luck, have fun. Dactyr starts. Okay, cool. So Dactyr, aka Zotdur, against Poison Ducky. Yeah, there's a friend cap on Steam. It's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. Man, I'm so hyped for this weekend, guys. For the Warhammer World Championship. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be a great one. 2 best of 5s and a best of 7. That's like some heavy duty stuff. Some very heavy duty stuff. And I don't have to like be the rules officiator too. That's like, I love it when I get to be a part of events where I have like referees or someone else handling that. It's really annoying to have to cast and also enforce rules at the same time. But if you have like, for this we have referees. Okay, so we got Wood Elves banning from Dactyr. He picks Wood Elves and he bans Dwarves and And so he bans dwarves and wood elves just so he doesn't have to play a mirror. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Ryan Lopez, most likely. Yeah, most likely. Most likely so. It's a little bit tricky during the Rona times to do in-person co-casting and all that stuff. You can do co-casting over Discord or things like that, but then you're watching different things. It's a little bit tricky. I mean, I have done it in the past. We did it with the previous Everchosen and it was fine, but Poison Ducky's like, I would never. Now, Poison Ducky is just going to play High Elves and go Eltharian because that's his jam. Who's refereeing? Oh, we have a whole team of referees for the Warhammer World Championship. Yeah, we have a whole team of them. Yeah. So we're all good. Who's reffing the refs? Somebody's getting paid off. Yeah, they're just going to be in the middle of fighting, and then the refs will be like, yes, he's white line camping, and both armies are just going to be in the center. Yeah, no. I think we're good. I think we're all good. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Top 4 playing. Best of 5s. A best of 7 is something we don't see terribly often, so I'm quite excited to see how that unfolds. A best of 7 really does stretch players' like abilities. Yeah, Jay Phoenix is one of our referees. Yeah. Jay Phoenix shows no mercy. I am the law. You got to say it like Stallone, though, in the 80s movie. Yeah, it was pretty great. The Dredd movie was really good. I'm really sad we didn't get a sequel to that. I would have loved to have seen that universe expanded. Judge Dredd. Yeah, the Dredd movie was awesome. The one with, God, what was the name of the director? Yeah. I can't remember, but anyways, yeah, it was, what's that director's name? He's done a bunch of movies like that. Or kind of things. But yeah, the recent Dredd movie was great. I think it was like, from 2011 or 2012? I would have loved to have seen that expanded in like sequels, and the universe is actually pretty cool. I used to read the Judge Dredd books when I was a kid. The comics. Okay, so we got Tomb Kings versus Wood Elves again. We saw this earlier. Lore Master of Sotek, a ref for lore accuracy, so if the armies aren't like lore friendly, he's like, oh, the Slan would never fight with these units. Yeah, Carl Urban is the actor. But no, I was thinking of the director. I'm trying to, yeah. If the referees disagree on a ruling, they should have to fight each other in a best of 3 to decide who was right. The one with Carl Urban, yeah. I think that could have been a really cool universe had they expanded it. Yeah. The music is really good. Yeah, I agree. The Dread soundtrack was awesome. It did feel like a sci-fi version of the raid. That's a really, really good correlation, Siegs. Yeah. Yeah, well, in another life, perhaps. I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. There's a big pit we use as refs where the two of us disagree. You have a wrestling match? Oh, shit. Okay. That's some serious stuff. MP Travis or something, yeah. Yeah, movie's great. Movie's great. Carl Urban can make, anything good, though. Man, Carl Urban is awesome. He's in Lord of the Rings. A lot of people forget he's in Lord of the Rings. He was the mighty Rohirrim. But, also, man, in The Boys, he's so freaking good. Carl Urban's just, hands down, I think he's one of the most underrated actors of our time. He often doesn't get, a leading role, but I'm glad he did in The Boys. He's, a main character. He's so good. Yeah. I just, look at chat for a second, and the first message I see is just shirtless, question mark? Talking about the wrestling matches? Thank you, yeah. Warhammer World Championship is... Oh, okay. You're talking about the politics of it all. Very good. Yeah, Moores and I had a good meeting today about the World Championship and the finals and all that stuff, so we're quite hyped for it. We've been talking to CA about doing some fun stuff for it, supporting, doing social media support. So yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff in the wings. The dreaded Doom movie. Oh my god. Okay, you got me there. Touche. It was good and it was fun to watch, but it was bad. And Carl Urban wasn't that. So okay, there are some inconsistencies here. It's like the movie Priest. Remember the movie Priest? It was from 2008, where it's about that dystopian future where there's these priests that hunt these vampires, and Carl Urban plays the villain in that movie. And it was fun. It was fun. I am very excited for the Mortal Kombat movie. Yeah, I'm very excited. So you guys know, if Karl Urban was to play a character in a Warhammer Fantasy show or movie, you know who he would be, right? I'm gonna... Who do you guys think he would be? Yeah, let's see. I'm curious what you guys are gonna say. Okay, I'm waiting for the delays. Yeah, he was in Riddick? Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Karl Urban used to play a nurse in a New Zealand soap opera? Really? Holy shit. I guess you gotta start somewhere, huh? It scrubbed it from my memories. Yeah, I watched it again recently. It wasn't great, but it was still fun. No. Don't you guys feel like he would have to be Marcus Wolfhard? He looks like Marcus Wolfhard. Like, if he grows his facial hair out, he would be a perfect huntsman. No, he wouldn't be Franz. Franz is like more of like a Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill might be more like High Elf type. I don't know. I really feel like he would be Marcus Wolfhard. Somebody in chat just like, Skarsnik. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. I'm curious what you guys have to say about it. Toddy, he would be a good Franz too, actually. I feel like he really looks like Marcus, though. Like, he really looks like Marcus. Yeah, I don't know. Franz, we've had video discussions on this in the past, like who would be casted as what. Yeah. Who would play Grimgor? Any character like Grimgor would be played by Ron Perlman. All right, guys, so here we are. Oh, no, my cinematic camera got screwed up. Oh, well. For the forces of Dactyr, it's going to be... He's going under the name of Zotjer right now. It's going to be Dryads into the Sunset, triple Zotes. We do also have a Sister of Twilight, and we have a Waystalker with a Branch Wraith, and then on the flank we have Glade Riders with Hagbane Tips. Holy shit, that's a lot of Zotes. Well, you know what? Zotes, I would normally not be a huge fan of them in this matchup, but against this army, they're going to be super good. The Zotes will crush the Skeleton Chariots. They'll crush the Horsemen. They'll stop Cetra in his tracks. It's actually pretty strong. Yeah, I think that Dactyr's build has got some Zote power for sure. For this army, we got the dreaded quad Skeleton Horsemen. Granted, Zotes have some armor and also missile resist from the scaly skin. His front battle line is going to be Tomb Guard, actually. So some quality. That might actually be the biggest problem for the Wood Elf army. It doesn't seem to have anything that's super good at dealing with Tomb Guard and elite infantry. It certainly has a lot of anti-mass, but not a lot of anti-infantry aside from Dryads, who do lose that fight. We got the Sisters of Twilight on the Eagle. Okay. That's some cool sniping. Yeah, I dig it. Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis could play any character Goblin, too. He could play any Goblin, Halfling, you know, anything like that. John Malkovich. Dude, you know, somebody made a pretty funny joke about having, like, Vin Diesel play, like, Volkmar. Just give him a mustache. Vin Diesel as Volkmar the Grim. Holy shit. Vin Diesel could also be a very good Grimgor. Like, his voice, like, he can get it very deep, so that would be something that'd be really fun to see. Anyways, the Sisters of Twilight running up and forward. Now they are getting shot at by the Skeleton Horseman Archers. Nice juking, though, by Dactyr. He's able to go back and forth and mitigate most of those shots. Where is he going to be going right now? We will see. We will see, indeed. Taking a little bit of work. In the meantime, the Waystalkers are trying to snipe Cetra the Imperishable, and the Glade Riders of the Hagbane Tips doing a little bit of light skirmishing up on the flank. And Sam Elliott is Todbringer. Yeah, like a younger Sam Elliott. Yeah, for sure. Man, it's so hard to like focus on the commentary when I'm like, my brain is running through all these characters and stuff. Hopefully you guys don't mind, a little bit more casual tonight. Sisters of Twilight. Probably want to just snipe Cetra, honestly. I would probably just get the Sisters and sit and just shoot at Cetra the entire game. That'd probably be your best bet. And yeah, so far so good. Able to hit Cetra square in the dome piece. And as far as value accrued on the Sisters, already up to 283. That's pretty good. Just keep shooting at Cetra. Looks like the Screaming Skull Catapult in the back did unleash a volley. However... Wow, all three catapults are dead already? They only have one left? Wow, whoa, what happened there? So there's only one Waystalker? I guess the Sisters of Twilight used... Oh, they used the Eagle Bow, the item. Okay, so the Sisters of Twilight actually used the item, as well as the Arrow of Kurnus, and they pretty much wiped out the Screaming Skull Catapult, which is a really, really nice grab in the early game. So now the forces of the Tomb Kings are going to be moving forward, not Tomb Kings, Wood Elves, excuse me. And the Glade Riders with the Hagbane Tips running a little bit of interference, or I think just being forgot about, but both players kind of accidentally moved into each other, which is pretty funny. But the Zote Legion now advances on. A ton of free healing in this army. So every single Zote, guys, has 2 Earthbloods, which is interesting. Man, look at Cetra getting worked on. Arrow of Kurnus plus the Eagle Bow, I think, had another charge. I'm not quite sure, but Cetra is getting dunked down to like 40%. Turin would make a great Tretch. Sign me up, dude. Or you can make me Sirtha Ek. with a mullet. That would be pretty sweet too. Yeah, I don't know. We got some choices. John C. Reilly. Oh my god. Zote's still getting poked, but their scaly skin is holding firm. They haven't lost any models yet. But honestly, at this rate, it's looking pretty tough for the Poison Ducky. The Sisters of Twilight have proven to be very, very strong here. Blasting into the Cetra Man. And the Waystalker, I think, is shooting at Cetra as well. Now, the Dryads are moving. Now, you see how he's moving his whole army like this, guys? Like, moving up and around? The Tomb Kings have very slow infantry. 28 speed compared to 43. So by moving up in this way, you're kind of denying several engagements for the Tomb Kings, which I think is very solid. Yeah, you can see he's pulling back the Dryads here, forming what's called the flank denial. So he's kind of closing up his formation and making sure that he can't be enveloped as easy, which is a very, very cool tactic indeed. So Zotes are bum rushing through the middle. A little bit, gotta be careful though. And Cetra getting sniped once again. That sucks, because Cetra is very expensive. He's like almost 3,000 gold. Now Cetra's gonna be piled in on by the Zote Beat Squad, and the Imperishable One is soon to be perishing, I would imagine. There he goes into the sunset. Cetra does escape using the Wrath of Petra, but the Sisters of Twilight, really, really cool pick. Just nuking here into Cetra the Imperishable. -9. The Blade of Petra not doing enough to save him. And down goes Cetra, 100% sniped by the Sisters of Twilight. That's got to be a pretty rough feeling for Poison Ducky. There's still a lot of Wood Elves on the battlefield, and the Zote Blob is quite healthy. 12 models here, we have 12 here. These Zotes are rocking 12, and what else do we have? Yeah, very interesting. I mean, any Lord, more or less, would have been gooned like that, but Cetra is down for the count, and there is no coming back for him. Here we do have Flesh to Stone, giving the Zotes a massive 120 armor. Suddenly they're like Chaos Knights. Also getting the Earthblood here, holding back many of the Tomb King's forces. But it's going to be a grindy fight. Tomb Kings still take quite some time to finish, even when you get a big jump or advantage on them. They are an undead faction, and you know, you have to deal with crumbling and all that stuff. But I really do feel like this game is probably over, despite the Tomb Guard. I mean, the Tomb Guard, like I said, are a big X factor, but with Cetra just getting absolutely dunked on like that, I think that is going to be a big problem indeed. And the Sisters still have pretty good ammunition. Let's go ahead and check the value of the Sisters. I'm sure it's kind of an interesting point to look at here. I don't know why we don't see them more often. I feel like they're pretty underrated. 2,300 value, so they've already paid for themselves. If I'm not mistaken, they cost about 2,300. Looks like right there, the Sisters did rip a nice shot. Skeleton Chariots are crumbling at -22 leadership. And yeah, man, they're just really dropping some heavy shots. The Waystalker going full Legolas, staring down the chariot as it charges in. -48 leadership. Might even lead to disintegrating here in a moment if it keeps getting pounded like this. Another shot, -57, getting one last charge, and last Samurai by the Sisters of Twilight. Yes, yes. So Nekar Horseman moving in. Leadership for the Wood Elves, you know, could be a little bit suspect here in the middle, but the amount of Earthbloods you have is, like, a lot of these Wood Elf units are probably going to reach their healing caps. I mean, I think the only chance the Tomb Kings might have is just pure attrition and breaking the leadership of some Zotes. Looks like here there's going to be a pendulum attempt, a little bit off in the timing there. It still does clip a couple Tomb Guard, which at least there's some consolation prizes, but yeah, Zotes, you know, could potentially be broken. The Screaming Skull Catapult does have a leadership discouraging effect, so if he's able to shoot here, it could break the leadership or help break the leadership of these Zotes that are shaken, but I don't know, I just don't see it happening. The Ushapti Summon does go down, which is nice, gives a little bit of stopping power. Nekar Horseman with a really good flank might actually break these Zotes here. They're at 11 leadership. Now, this would be a very wild comeback, like super wild, but I mean, I think even without all this stuff, you still have a Branch Wraith, you still have a Waystalker, you still have the Sisters on their Eagle. There's still a lot of units you have to deal with, and I just don't think the Tomb Kings have the stopping power. And that's it. GG. Well played. Game 1. Zoter proving the power of the mighty Zotes, and that the Sisters of Twilight perhaps deserve a look in competitive multiplayer. Tom Cruise would be Ungram. That's pretty funny. He's about the right height. Yeah. He is about the right height indeed. All right, so very interesting build. Zotes, yeah, just mass healing with Lord sniping. Pretty effective for sure. And Poison Ducky, you know, played fine. But losing your centerpiece 3,000, you know, gold lord like that is really going to hurt. Especially when it's your caster also. It really takes away your resources. So with that, Doctor does go up 1-0 there in this series. Let's do it to it. So for the next map, let's go ahead and find another one. We can do the old... I don't want to do meme maps tonight. No meme maps. We'll do the Sword of Torgold map set. All right. What's that? They didn't do anything? Lord Snipes, Zotes OP. No idea what you're talking about. They're basically, yeah, they're just discussing the match and talking about how the Zotes didn't realistically contribute to the victory. Professor Pone only uses the Sisters. Oh, apparently so. The Dreadlord Pone, he shows no mercy. Lotus has been saying Sisters OP since they came out. Has Lotus Moon been using them in the World Championship in his battles? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they were pretty good there. Shit. I mean, yeah, the one thing I notice about Sisters is the Sisters of Twilight is they almost always get their value back. Like, almost always. Which at the very least is something nice, you know? I have seen, what's her name in that matchup? Dryka. Dryka would have gotten dunked on by the Chariot, though. Big Papa Cetra would have just destroyed Dryka with fire damage and anti-infantry. It's pure destruction. I will go with Vress. Alright, Poison Ducky goes Tor of Vress, and he bans Greenskins and the mirror match. And then we get Skaven. So Zoter is going to go Skaven. Oh, he's going Clan Rictus. Okay. So we got Clan Rictus. We got Tretch against Eltharion. Eltharion a much better lord. Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay. It's happening. It's time. It is time. Danny DeVito displays every goblin character. Yeah, probably. Him as Grom the Paunch would probably be the best. Yeah. I used to think Skarsnik, but then they released Grom, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Danny DeVito right there. That is Danny DeVito 100%. All right, so Rictus versus... so High Elves versus Skaven. Basically, both players are putting a little bit of a handicap on themselves with their lord choices, but I would say Poison Ducky has a slightly better lord in Eltharion, but the Skaven are slightly better probably than the High Elves. I don't know, it's hard to say. Yeah, so in the end, it'll be fun. Tretch Craventail cometh in the night. He is here. Yeah, Joe Pesci would be a good Skaven too. Yeah. His voice is like perfect for like a Skaven, yeah. A Skaven mobster. Joe Pesci could be like a Clan Eshin assassin, you know? Like a mobster assassin, yeah. He could be muscle for the for Clan Eshin. I've never been so erect at Tretch game. You know, the thing is, guys, there's memes in this game, all right? There's units that are probably not the best. They're a little bit funky, but they can still do stuff. And they still have entertaining variables about them, right? The problem with Tretch as a meme is that Tretch is just, he doesn't even do anything fun on the battlefield. He just literally has useless abilities. He's like not that fun to watch. He's just, I don't know. Like Grimgor is a little bit of a meme, but at least he can really dunk on things if he can fight them. He's got like Your Next, got some good abilities. Tretch has like absolutely nothing. He just brings nothing to the table except like a really shitty leadership buff. Yeah. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. It's a shame too. They could have done some really fun stuff with Tretch. Obviously, most characters aren't made with multiplayer in mind. They're made more so with campaign in mind. But, you know, something to consider. Matt Damon is Matt Damon. Oh, I like where you're going with that, Pwn. Lich109, I see a $5 donation coming in. I greatly appreciate it. And I know last time you said your message didn't come through. So if there's a message, just type it in chat and I'll answer it. You miss when Sigvald was just a meme? I know, Sigvald is serious now. Like, I don't think Tretch should get the Sigvald treatment, but he should have some other cool abilities. There's a lot of stuff you could do. You know what would be really, really cool to see Tretch get? Imagine if Tretch got a backstab ability. Like, if they actually added that, like, where when he... I know, like, there is a benefit to attacking something in the back, but if you do... Like, if Tretch does it, he gets, like, extra damage. So if he gets, like, a cowardly backstab or something, he gets, like, a buff or something. I don't know. I think something like that would be really cool. I said, imagine if Grom was voiced by Gilbert Gottfried. Oh my god. I feel like Grom's voice, though, Lich109, is too guttural. He's got like a bassier, kind of rumblier voice. And like Gilbert is a little bit more kind of like more of like an annoying type goblin. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but that could work for sure. Tretch is the mask meme. My job just done here, but he didn't do anything. Yeah. Yeah, he is. I like the Tretch campaign. Yeah. I mean, the Tretch campaign's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The campaign is decent. He's got some memey campaign traits for sure. It's just in multiplayer, he just has nothing. Yeah, I like Tretch in campaign. I've actually played his campaign. It was fun. He's not like super like, you know, you can make him very tough to kill though for sure in campaign. But in campaign, you can make anything tough to kill. You can like gear out like an Empire captain with like just OP items and make him hard to kill, right? Like so. You know, it is what it is, but... Yeah, Tretch is really cheap. He's got that going for him. But so, too, is a Master Assassin who has Looming Dread, So too is Deathmaster with, you know, just his bare kit. You know, there's really, you know, he really brings nothing to the table. Yeah. He's 750 empty. That's true. Who would The Rock play? Oh, that's a tough one. Who would The Rock play? Yeah, I don't know who the Dwayne Johnson would play. Yeah, Godfrey would be Grom's hype goblin, for sure. I agree with that. Who would The Rock play, though? I don't know. Let's see. Who could he play in the Empire? I really don't know. I don't know. Yeah, The Rock would have some a Norscan warlord. Yeah, just some mighty tribal, just beastly warlord up in the north. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, The Rock would be fun. Oh, he'd play. Of course, he would play Gorok. How could we have missed that? How could I miss that? I'm sorry. All right, guys. So for the forces here of Tor of Res, we have pretty common in this matchup. This is actually how I play this matchup too, in a very similar fashion. So it's Reavers and Silver Helm spam. And then on top of that, it looks like Reaver Cavalry, more Reavers, a couple Chariots in the back, or actually just one. On top of that, we do have Eltharion the Grim. Ecthelion, thank you for the donation. He says, the problem with Tretch is his abilities buff him when he's losing, and when he starts winning, he loses his buffs. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true, man. Yeah, no, he's just a huge meme. Wouldn't it be funny if he brought a Grey Seer? Oh my god, I would have laughed so hard if he brought a Grey Seer. Like, surprise! Like, I didn't actually bring a bad lord, you know? The Rock is Sirtha Ek. Yeah, just riding everyone down in his chariot. So for the Skaven army, you know, fairly standard protocol. You got Jezzails, Ogres to stop cavalry charges. You got Warp Grinders here. And, yeah, a couple globes to deal with infantry rushes. It's just a well-rounded Skaven army. The only thing that's haggard is Stretch Graventail, really. Now, High Elves with this style of play, you typically need a way to shut down the Jezzails. Because if you shut down the Jezzails, you pretty much have free range to do whatever you want. So what you do is you either use Spirit Leech and or, in this case, Final Transmutation to nuke that blob. Eltharion only has Apotheosis and the Fang Sword of Eltharion. So he does have his activatable item. Going to be trying to dual Tretch. Good luck, have fun. Celebrating yet another birthday bash. Turin, it's your birthday today. It's not my birthday, but it is in a couple months. It's actually coming up, so it is what it is. The Rock would be Kolek Sun Eater. That's some heavy metal shit. Oh my god. Yep. It's so funny because when people come to the channel for the first time and join a stream after having subscribed, they actually do think it's my birthday. But my birthday, for the record, is July 12th. So I'll be in Poland this summer for my birthday. Pretty excited for that. Gonna spend some time with Lady Turn's family out there and enjoy some glorious, glorious Polish food, which I'm super excited for. See if I can break the 200-pound mark after feasting in Poland. We will see. Oh my god, no, not this. No, not like this. All right, so the High Elves are advancing. The brave Skaven of Clan Rictus holding firm against the onslaught. Looks like the cavalry are going to be doing a full Space Jam rush into the front line, which I think is a losing situation probably, simply because of the Poison Wind Globadiers and Ogres who will be ready to intercept them. So they're going to take a massive damage on impact, but looks like they're going in. We get a summon. Reavers, of course, getting nuked by the Globadiers, taking some fat damage. Really need to get in here with a cav on the flanks and try and isolate some threats. But yeah, typically frontal charges against Globadiers is ill-advised. It's going to be a very, very tough one. Granted, some Reavers do get back here. They sandwich the Jezzails, but then the Council Guard are nearby, the Pit Fighters of Helm's Deep right here. There's a lot of Skaven defensive tools. So though they are going to take some damage on the Globes, the Globes are only like 550, right? So it's really like, I don't know if the dive is really worth it. Oh god, so good. Seismic Snare and Warp Grinder hitting everything. The Reavers, all of these bad boys just getting popped, locked, and dropped right here. And that is not going to be feeling good for the High Elf army. So on the other side, we do get the Lion Chariots moving in. Let's actually just ignore all the actual elements of this battle and watch Tretch Craventail for a minute and see what he's able to do. So, where is he going? Okay, it looks like Tretch Craventail is actually running to the edge of the map, and he just decides to run into a Final Transmutation. So Tretch has not only not done anything, but he runs into a big nuke and just takes damage, which is hilarious. But Overcasted Final Transmutation does go down. It hits the Council Guard. It also hits Clan Rats, and it hits Tretch and gets Tretch literally down to half health. So that's one way to lose the game, right? Tretch, I mean, although Tretch with his bare bones kit costs like nothing, so I guess it doesn't really matter if he gets nuked. See, there's a benefit of Tretch. There's a benefit. So the cavalry did get some decent penetration. Here on the other side, you can see the Reavers as well as the Lion Chariots now getting onto the Jezzails. And it looks like Eltharion did attempt to go after Tretch Craventail, but the bravest of Skaven warlords was able to escape that position, leaving Eltharion to fight the pit fighters, which is not a great engagement for him. Now, he does have a little bit of archer support, some cavalry nearby, and hopefully, for Eltharion's sake, the archers will peel off those rat ogres before things get too messy. But Tretch and the boys able to kind of secure this position. Here are the lion chariots now going to be jumping onto the Jezzails and also rear charging into the back of these ogres here. Eltharion popping his Fang Sword, which does give him ward save, actually. It's like the Walmart item compared to what Grom gets. Grom gets all resistance. Eltharion only gets physical because he's just apparently not as good. Eltharion the Grim getting poked by the Eshin Assassin here in the back. Balance of power is actually pretty even. Obviously, Skaven have lords that are very impactful in the battle. You have, not Grom the Punch. You have Throughout the Unclean. You have Deathmaster. You have Lord Skrolk. You have all these characters that are very impactful, right? But in this case, the Skaven might actually be in a position where the High Elves can come back simply because their lord is not doing anything. He's just running around, basically getting nuked and doing his business. Eltharion and the boys, some Reavers and Silverhelms chasing off the remnants of these Skaven units. The Rat Ogres are gone. Those Globadiers in the back should be going offline here relatively soon. The Lion Chariots of Krace certainly going to want to escape this situation. They don't want to be going down to the mighty Tretch and his assassin. As far as value accrued so far, I would imagine it's pretty good. You can see Council Guard actually up to 1,400. Very, very nice. High Elves still have archers online. Here comes a Reaver charge into the Ogres. On impact, the Ogres take about 300 damage with a little bit of Archer Overwatch in conjunction with the charge of the Lion Chariots of Krace. They should be able to break these Ogres, but the Skaven also do a pretty good job of rallying their Jezzails here. Yeah, I actually thought the Jezzails kind of got lost in the mix of things and got routed off, but it would appear his Jezzail line is still very much, his Death Star is very much operational. Yeah, so it's still going, man. Assassin chasing down the archers and getting some nice shanks here and there. Tretch Craventail and the Clan Rats are also going to be pushing, but I believe the High Elf Archers, what is their speed? 36. Clan Rats are a little bit faster, actually, at 37, so they should be able to catch them. Now, can Eltharion the Grim carry this? There is a big terror route on the table. Definitely need to shut down the Jezzails. Those things are going to punish pretty much everything in this High Elf army, but it looks like, oh man, Poison Ducky has kind of fallen for the classic bait of going after Tretch. Tretch, the one thing he is okay at is taking a beating. Tretch has super high melee defense, good armor. His leadership is not the craziest, but by Skaven standards, it's pretty good. But by doing this, the Jezzails get to keep firing, and I think that is going to give the Skaven probably the lead here in this game. Let's look around. Okay, we have High Elf Archers here. These ones are being chased down by Skaven slaves. Pretty embarrassing for sure. They're going to have to go back to Ulthuan and tell their friends that they got chased off by a bunch of Skaven slave units. And Eltharion the Grim, afflicted by many debuffs, and yeah, Tretch is giving him the business for sure. Tretch going to give it to you, in the words of the great DMX. But Eltharion the Grim losing the battle against Tretch quite decisively. Although it wasn't just Tretch, of course, there were Jezzails, but that's still going to be one for the ego. That's a tough pill to swallow. And yeah, it looks like Dactyr is going to be winning this series. It looks like Eltharion the Grim will pay the final troll toll. He's going to be jumping back in, going after the Natty Boobos with a little bit of support, but it's too little too late. Deciding to go after Tretch when he had the support of an assassin there, I think was a big mistake for sure. And now he shuts down the missile pieces. He does creep the Bounce of Power back, which of course would have happened earlier. But Eltharion trying to heal himself with Apotheosis, and he does actually make contact with Tretch, who's rocking no biggie, just 94 melee defense. And oh, Tretch coming in with the steel pitchfork, or whatever the hell he's using. I think he has like a pitchfork, right? He's got like a pitchfork and a rake or something. He's got like a bunch of farming tools in his repertoire there. So Eltharion the Grim is pulling back, and I think that's going to be GG. Clan Rictus proving that they are the most powerful Skaven clan, and ending the days here of the High Elves. Yes, yes. You fell for one of the most classic blunders. Never go after Tretch. That's literally the one thing Tretch wants, is to be attacked and just have someone waste their time on him. He's really weak to magic and sniping, though, for sure. But aside from that, yeah. Look at that. Tretch paid for himself. He got 1,000 value. Got 1,000 value. Aside from that, it's a pretty standard Skaven army. And yeah, for this army, you see styles like this. I've seen this build without archers before, just using mostly cavalry. But yeah, this is also a fairly common style against Skaven, so... Yeah, it's a fork. Yeah, of course, that makes sense. It's a back scratcher, the steel fork. Okay, we got a lot of great metaphors here. GG, well played. What an incredibly weird game. I agree. Thanks for playing. Yeah, it was quite a bit of fun. Did Tretch pay for himself? I think so. I think they did. All right, so let's update the scoreboard here. 2-1. So you guys got to see some competitive games tonight. You got to see some meme games. All sorts of good stuff. Lizard Viking, I'm so embarrassed. All right, so let's reload here. Tretch is objectively terrible, for sure. So Turin 1v1. So, yeah, I'm going to set this up. I'm going to play a best of 3. So let's go ahead and play this. Password is 123. Anyone who just played, if you guys want to jump in, whatever. Sounds good. And this will be the end of the stream here. We'll close it out. Unless I just get owned really quick and then we can do an FFA afterwards. I gotta cook some dinner and stuff too, so. I feel like it's the rule for the stream. When Turin says something sucks, it immediately does work to try and prove him wrong. Yeah, it tried. It tried its best. It tried its best indeed. Cool. Let's see here. So we will put my name up here. Sorry guys, just gotta adjust the scoreboard. Cool. We got Pwn. We gotta have some memes then. Prof Pwn. All right. So Mullet versus Prof Pwn. It is him. He's like, hey, you see when I owned you in Magic? He did get me in Magic pretty good the other night. So we'll just do Galbraz. So map, how dare you, Pwn? Yeah, we're having a late dinner tonight, yeah. We kind of like munched on some snacks and we both slept in really late. So what potential Warhammer 3 Lord excites you? Oh man, I just want to see the Kislev Lords and, you know, the Nurgle Lords. Those are the ones I'm really looking forward to. Okay, so I will go Sons of Sigmar, banning dwarfs plus... I think Pwn actually hates playing dwarves. So what I'll do is I'll just ban... If he picks dwarves, I kind of would want to try something against him here. So I will go Sons of Sigmar, banning greenskins plus... normally I would ban... My normal ban is dwarfs and vampire counts, but I want to practice some matchups I don't normally play. So we're gonna try it. So I'll just ban high elves, who cares? So guys, for the record, you want to ban dwarves and vampire counts, dwarves and greenskins, dwarves and... these aren't like appropriate bans, but for tonight's sake, I want to try and get some different matchups in that you normally wouldn't see. I banned high elves because I know Pwn likes to play him. See? Look at that. We're getting in his head already. Yeah. How dare you? What's for dinner? So we have a salmon fillet. It's going to be seasoned with a little bit of salt and pepper and a little lemon. And yeah, and then from there, I think we're going to have some rice with teriyaki sauce. And I'm going to make all that. Hey, good morning, for those of you in the UK. So we'll see what Pwn picks. This is a good opportunity to try some really funky stuff. Yeah. Play Tretch? No, we just had Tretch. So we need something different. Okay, he's hailing the mighty. He's going coast. So just so Pwn can hang out here on stream, I'll put up the Condom Wolf blocker. And we'll make it a little bit bigger. So that way Pwn can have the stream open. He doesn't have to worry about seeing my army. So, cool. Very good. Okay, so coast. I think he's going coast. Oh my god, there's like an attack helicopter coming outside. So we got builds. We certainly got some builds. Empire versus Coast. I mean, what do I want to play here? Empire versus Vampire Coast. What is my old build? Yeah, this build looks fine, honestly. This build looks nice and good-like. So let's go ahead and get you. We got those dudes ready to party. Pwn probably is going to do some like big haggard crab business. Yeah, no, it's a nice little dinner for sure. All hail the mighty, they're arising from the deeps, with crooked sails and incredible tales. They're calling in the seas. There's the deep? I don't quite remember. It's the gyrocopters are outside. He might go for some bloats, I'm not sure. Something to consider. Okay, that looks fine. We can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And now, what else do we want to get? That looks fine to me. That looks all good. All good. Pwn's he's got crabs, you think? We'll find out here in this battle. Does the dreaded Pwn come with the crabs? I feel he definitely is the type of guy who would do like a haggard crab rush and try and catch you off guard, you know? I would not be surprised to see that. There's a bunch of different Empire builds you can do here. Honestly, there's a whole handful of them. So yeah, we're open to some options. Yeah, there will be bloats for sure. The problem is bloats on this map though is it's kind of an open field map on Galbraz, so open field's good for artillery play, but generally, yeah, bloats are gonna have a hard time blending in. All right, so let's get you. How many of these guys can we get? Not quite enough. Can we cut any spells here? We probably could. We need that. We need that. Probably need both these items as well. The bloat rush. Oh my god. How many bloats do you think he's going to bring, guys? Can we see some more Davy Crockett action? Ah, oh, Davy Crockett. In this matchup, he's not that good. He's not that good. You got to respect the Volkmar is really good here. Marcus is really good. There's a bunch of answers you can go with. Yeah. There's a bunch of dudes. Mortar wagons? Ah, that's really bad. If he goes like Carronade spam, we just get karate chopped. Oh no. Pone is ready. Says, I'm ready, you landlubber. Ready, you landlubber. Alright, so let's do this. Let's change you out. Sorry guys, just making some tweaks to my infantry core here real quick. I don't know if we have enough to do all that. You, and then we can, how many of these can we get? Yeah, looks fine. All right. That more or less seems okay. All right, let's do it. Good luck. Have fun. Okay, so somebody in chat's running an under-over on bloats. You don't want to bring a steam tank in this matchup. Yeah. Because if they go like, if Pone goes like super heavy on carronades, I'm going to have to pressure him. The tricky thing about going cannons too is like, yeah, they can go cannon too. And if they have like 3 of them, they can get some work done for sure. Yeah, we should be fine though. We'll see what we got. All hail the skin wolves. They're a blocking here the screen with crooked sails. I'll probably play Vampire Coast next game. Although Pone's gonna pick High Elves for sure. That's his favorite. So yeah, basically we just have a Huntsman build. It's just Marcus and the Huntsman. You know, pretty basic stuff. Huntsmen are just universally good in this matchup. They can outrange the guns. They can shoot down the monsters. They do some excellent work. So we just got to watch out for like scurvy dogs and like other trollish units like that. We have Marcus out here. We have a Bright Wizard as well, who I believe is on horseback. And 3. So then cavalry are just defending against scurvy dogs. If we don't see scurvy dogs, then the cavalry press up on the flanks and, you know, go for the kill. But for the most part, the Empire Knights are there defensive. They're not there to dive. Unless he has no scurvy dogs. If he has no pressure, then we don't care. We're just going to go for it. So spears. Shielded spearmen are good here, but I wanted to have a wider build and just have more Sigmarite bodies here on the field. Just to kind of hold things back. So it looks fine. You can go ahead and do you in group 4 and then you in group 5. Looks good to me. All hail the mighty. Ready, bro? So I don't know who to play next game. We'll see. Yeah, whatever. Maybe we could do a poll or something. My worst faction is Dark Elves, hands down. I'm just terrible at Dark Elves. I really have no idea what I'm doing with them. With Empire, I'm okay. I have some pretty good schemes with the Sons of Sigmar. We'll see what he goes. I'm certainly expecting some bloats or a Celostra like Crab Rush, something like that. And first thing you do, though, especially against a cunning foe like the Dreadpone, is you check the corners of the map. You want to check for dogs. It's a really good habit to get into in multiplayer because if they put them like right in the very edge, like right up against the corner right here, you actually don't see them on the minimap. See right now? You can't see the little like illuminating icon. That means you're not going to see the dogs either if they're sitting there. So you always want to check. Always want to check indeed. Yeah. Games Workshop used to have a lot of funny, ridiculous references in their naming system. Marcus is so cool. You want the Beastmen? I could do Beastmen next game, sure. All right, good luck to Pone. Let's see what he's got. Oh, the dreaded Pone. Okay, he's got some good stuff. Let's go ahead and get you behind the rock here. First thing we do is we check the corners. Doesn't look like anything here and nothing here, unless he like hid in the bushes there, which is fine. Yeah, going wide against this style of play is definitely strong. So let's get the Empire Knights up. It looks like he's got Queen Bess, which is okay. That's gonna hurt pretty bad actually. Yeah, immediately he got some really nice shots. Ay. Sigmar Sons. I mean, we could try and juke it, but that's some painful shit. All right, so let's start shooting at Luther Harkin here. Oh, let's try and move at the last second. Oh, God. Not like this. Queen Bess doing some huge work so far. Man, okay, so Empire Knights can squeak around the side. Get you guys up here, and then you guys can go over there. We need to kind of move you up as well. Marcus is able to get some good damage on Luther. Let's go ahead and drop it. Drop it like it's hot. If we can run Luther to the edge of the map, too, I'm totally fine with that. All right, so we're going for the shot. The Bright Wizard's coming to get ready for some burning heads. We got it. Did we get him with the Amber Bow? It looks like he dodged most of it. No, it still kind of tracked and got him. All right, so just keep pushing. No problem. Once the Huntsmen get in range, we should be able to unleash some pretty hellish salvos for sure. There are some scurvy dogs in the back of the map, so we need to just keep going. Hopefully we don't get terror-routed off the edge. That would be really unfortunate, actually. And yeah, this is unfortunately not out of the norm here. You can get sniped pretty good. We do have fireballs as well, but yeah, let's just kind of keep heading around here. Get you going and just get our front line moving up. So you go here, you around the side, you Sigmar Sons there, and then we can go here as well. So go, cavalry. Okay, so we've discovered some Morngulls. A little bit of an aggressive dive for sure. Let's go ahead and rear charge into the back of these guys, and now we can go ahead and try and get some burning heads. Not too many great targets. Let's see if he's paying attention here on these halberds. We're gonna just run them to the edge, and then this is going here, and hopefully we can just snipe Queen Bess. That is gonna be the plan. So Huntsman should be in range soon to start unleashing some volleys here. So let's get those two Huntsmen here, and these ones can just move up and start shooting at old Bessie. Yeah, so those Empire Knights, unfortunately, pretty wasteful on them. That was a big mistake trying to push up around the side, but I don't think it matters too much. I think we're okay. So let's move you guys up through the center, see if we can do some work here. Huntsman should be in range of a lot of his pieces soon. And Queen Bess is relatively undefended. So you can see, actually, the whole gamble of sending those cavalry back there wasn't the worst thing in the world, because he did send his whole army back there. So now his main force is taking a substantial beating while basically being unsupported, right? Queen Bess is gone. His caster, I think, is probably going to fall relatively soon if we just start sniping it here. And now there are Morngulls. So what we do, Morngulls are a pretty decent threat. We've pretty much taken all those goodies. So now we just get the Huntsman, we go after the Morngulls. All looks good. And yeah, we're ripping those shots. Keep some Spearmen back for support. Pull some of you guys around the top. And pull them into the firepower of these guys. Let's go into guard mode off. I always do that on an accident. Looks fine. And Marcus can keep sniping the caster out. We do have a Hunter Snare too. Burning heads, any good targets for burning heads? Not really. I think we just saved the ones magic. As a matter of fact, Papa Power Stone. Looks like Big Papa Luther is coming back, so how are we doing against those Morngulls? Let's pull you guys back, pull you back, you back. And okay, Bounce Bar is pretty even at this point, for sure. We need to finish off those Morngulls, if we can. It looks like the deck gunners are crumbling, and he's coming in with Luther for a gooning attempt. So what we'll do is we'll net here, like so. So the Hunter Snare is down. We do have fireballs, we got burning heads. Where do we want to go? Okay, so we have some cavalry, really sloppy control back there. And let's pull them in, see if they can help. One cavalry unit needs to go ahead and head you off. Spearmen go in, and you come back as well. Marcus, keep going. Oh, Hunter Snare never went off. That's weird. Okay, so Hunter Snare officially has gone off now. Let's do this. Get the swordsmen moving into those guys. You guys can go intercept those dogs. You can intercept those dogs as well. All right, so focus shot. Let's do it. Let's kind of hammer them down. I think we're pulling ahead a little bit on the bounce of power. We can do Flaming Sword of Ruin on all these archers, which should be good, and Burning Head on these halberd units just to kind of get rid of them. So we'll do that. And looks fine. So yeah, taking a lot of work here. Queen Bessie did do some damage to us for sure. I'm gonna move you guys up, pull these Huntsmen back, and down he goes. Yeah, down he goes, I think. I think we're okay. Sigmar Sons, come on, don't stand idle. What are you guys doing? Go be the glorious sons of Sigmar. All right, I think we got this. Volkmar, yeah, I think Marcus was the play here. I think Marcus is pretty good. Swordsman, go intercept those zombies. You keep ripping those shots. And we want to move up and past them. So by moving up and past them here, we get a good surround. Make sure you can't escape. These guys can go attack that caster there. Do we have any fireballs? Yeah, we do. Okay, fireball him. Do it. Yeah, Huntsmen are so good in this matchup. They're pretty much like a fix-all. They're good against like everything. I think he's just going to die to the crumbling here. And Marcus can finish him off, so that should be okay. We headed off the dogs here. Let's go get the Queen Bess crew just for fun. And yeah, GG for sure. I think that's over. Fireball does finally go down. It actually hits him, which is kind of cool. And how are the Morngulls doing? Morngulls aren't in the best of shape. All right, Huntsman, we need to finish off Marcus. Maybe it was, not Marcus, but Luther. Maybe it was a mistake letting him live for a second. And juke this. Oh, did we dodge it? We did dodge it. Good. We got that at the last second. Cavalry go. Marcus will fire with the focus shot, just like the cinematic, baby. Yeah, there we go. Got him. Got him good. And it looks like your boy, Luther Harkin, is going to be paying the troll toll as he gets focused down by all the Huntsmen. GG, well played. Let's pull you back. Now, this is actually a matchup that I feel is a little bit Empire favored. Not like super hardcore, but enough to like, you know, be impactful. But yeah, Queen Bess was a little bit scary in the beginning, but in the end, I think we pulled it out. Flaming Sword of Ruin does affect missile damage. Yeah, it does. Let me show you the tooltip. So yeah, it's base missile damage and base weapon damage. So if I do it here, and then it triggers Kindle Flame, so whatever you're shooting basically takes a fair amount of damage, right? GG, mighty Pone. So Pone and I played Magic the other night, and he crushed my Magic deck. So this is my attempted vengeance here. Yeah. Is Professor getting pwned? It was a good game. It was a good game. Yeah, I misplayed with the Empire Knights in the beginning, but it actually ended up being good because then Luther and his other like really powerful units were not in the main fight. So 2,500 to Marcus, Huntsmen all did really good with like 1,000 each. Yeah. All right, so let's update this. Your turn, bro. So let's go on Eshin. Eshin's fine. So now he's going to pick his high elves. You guys want to see the Beastmen? Is that what people want? Dude, Bess scared me. Bess was frightening. She like deleted my Sigmar Sons, and also another Huntsman unit got crumped. Okay. So Warriors of Chaos could be fun too. I don't know why. I never enjoy playing against high elves. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe he'll go like Emmerich. You're on scare tactics. Okay. Oh, he's going Skaven. Excellent. Okay. Banning. So he gets 2 bans here. Flagellants are good against Coast. Yeah, I use them. I use them for sure. My normal build has 2 Flagellants in it. Yeah, he didn't bring any bloats. You want the Beastmen versus the Rats? Let's see what he bans, though. He's got 2 bans. Beastmen is something some Skaven players ban. I feel like it's still Skaven can do very well in it, but yeah, we'll go from there, guys. So if I were playing Skaven, what would be my main bans? Definitely Undead. Tomb Kings I don't mind so much as Skaven, but banning okay, Greenskins and Beastmen. So he doesn't want to be rushed. So no Beastmen. Sorry guys, sad moving sounds. But I mean, we have a ton of options. Dark Elves versus Skaven is an interesting one. Definitely Skaven favored. Bretonnia. I feel like you guys have seen enough Bretonnia in competitive play lately, so I'm trying to do something fun here. Chaos? You guys want some Chaos? I think Chaos sounds fun. Chaos comes. All right. So we're going to go Chaos. The Condom Wolf is here. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. You guys are going to love this. It's going to be great. Norska is actually pretty decent against Skaven for sure, but I feel like playing Chaos. Yeah. Oh, we could go Coast too, actually. Yeah, shit, I don't know. Coast with hand cannons? Chaos, trust me, guys. I'm going to make it up to you. You guys are going to love this. It's going to be really fun. All right, looks fine. There's going to be some serious haggardness in this build. The likes of which you have never seen. All right. Cool, that looks fine. Get a couple of you guys. Get the Mirror Guard. You don't want to bring good infantry quality against Skaven. Typically, it's a little bit of a disaster if you do that, because they just give it to you nice and good. Skaven Slaves did get a cost increase, so that's something to think about. You guys want Kolek? Kolek Sun Eater. Single Chariot's probably helpful here. The Mighty Chariot. Could get the Swords of Chaos. That's definitely asking for it, though. If he has like a single Jezzail shooting him, I'm just like instantly in trouble. Wouldn't it be funny to go like triple Hell Cannon or something? Kolek against Skaven. I got something that's pretty fun. You guys are going to dig it. Don't you worry. All right. I think this build looks more or less okay. It's not the prettiest thing ever, but it'll do the job. It'll do the job. It'll do, pig. It'll do. Corby's Chariots. Bring the drumstick? You guys want some drumstick action? So do we have terror in this army? That's the thing. Yeah, I guess we do. We got some stuff. Unit of spawn is always okay. Get some of you, and then get you as well. I think I'm ready. I think I am ready. We want KFC? All right. KFC sounds good. I could go full Sirtha Ek. That would actually be really funny. Just go like mass Marauder Horsemen with like mass chariots and just be super obnoxious. Oh man, that would be really funny. I think I want to show you guys like builds that are kind of ridiculous but also have some merit. Oh my god, a chaos lord on. Can he even ride a chariot? I don't think I can even go Sirtha Ek, because I don't think the chaos lord can even ride a chariot. Beyond your comprehension. I'm ready. Good luck, Pone. The Dread Master himself. Hey, take care, Poison Ducky. Thanks for playing on stream. You brought Eltharion, almost brought him to his former glory. You know, spawn rushes used to be very common here, like just like three or four spawn with, you know, a bunch of marauders and, you know, just kind of mouth breathing and just marching down. But I stopped kind of using spawn. I don't know. This build is a bit of a meme build, but it has some core elements of a good build. So you guys will get to see some like interesting units, but also something that has some teeth. Yeah. So hopefully it'll be fun. Who knows what Pone's up to? Sigvald is quite good in this matchup. He's very good. Yeah. He's hard to kill. He can outduel like all the Skaven characters. He just like gets places and causes problems. Yeah. Surtha arrived on foot. No, but you can't even bring a Marauder Chieftain. Like you get a Chaos Lord, which is not a Marauder character. So it's like, it's not even Surtha Ek's a Marauder. So you'd have to go Norska to do Surtha Ek. Thomas, sorry you got to go work, man. If you guys are enjoying the stream, do drop a like. We are on the twilight here. It does help out quite a bit. I hate to ask for it, but it's my damn job. All right, so where are you at, dreaded Pone? Probably up on a hill somewhere. Let's go ahead here. So here is what I've done for you guys. We've gotten you 4 Marauders. You have 4 Aspiring Champions who are going to be doing a Wild Vanguard. And 2 Aspiring Champions or Exalted Heroes on foot. So there's like a couple very strange things about the build, but yeah, I mean, we're just going to have some fun and make it work. Yeah, that's it. No more games. No more games. So that's the main battle line. Warp Chicken is going to be getting in there, causing problems. We have the 2 Exalted Homeboys who need to like roll together, so they'll just like roll here. And yeah, they actually can do okay. I gave them the Hellfire Swords just kind of for the laughs and gaffs, but they actually can do some work. Gives them fire damage, which against some Skaven characters can be quite impactful. All right, so let's do this. Let's get the Chariot over here. Oh, the Chariot, that's right. Chariot can't Vanguard, so we'll put you guys here. Chariot back here. We got Aspiring, and let's do the Aspiring. Going in the corner is just stupid because they're just not going to do anything. All right, so Aspiring Vanguard, just to rattle my opponent here. That's the plan. All right, so 5. We got to watch out for Wolf Rats. They actually defeat Chaos like Hounds in combat, so maybe we'll run them in a pack of 2. Here you go. Loving the late stream. Do not get enough quality Turin live streams in Australia. I know, yeah, Jack. You guys really get the short end of the stick there with the time zones. Chicken time. I'll spell it wrong. All right, Warp Chicken's coming. May the best rat win. Rat versus bird. You guys ready for the Aspiring Champions? Well, the problem is if you put the Exalted Heroes alone, what happens is they get dunked on by like Skaven Assassins and stuff like that. Oh my god, what the hell is happening? Oh, the double Vanguard! Look! He's going Clan Eshin. Oh yeah, baby. Look at this. This is awesome. Alright, so the Aspiring Champions do have silver shields. So let's just like pull them back and together. Oh man, okay, so these guys can go ahead and collapse on the top here. It is a Vanguard! Go Chicken. How can we forget you? Alright, let's go chew on these guys if we can. Although, do we have any support? Doesn't look like it. Okay. The Hounds charging into Gutter Runners isn't like a great thing, so. Okay, it looks like there's some shit happening in the bushes. Alright, perfect. So now we can actually get a fight for our guys. Horsemen need to come over the top. Almost forgot about that. Now Forsaken are on the hunt here, so now we can go ahead and jump in with these and get the Marauders going as well. You guys piling in, and good, and good, and good. I don't know if the rest of his army's like behind us or something. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell. Let's pull the Horseman like under and get a little bit of a safer position. Oh, those are just Clan Rat summons, which means he's probably hiding in the bushes with a bunch of stuff. Ooh, that could be really dangerous for him if he's not careful. Granted, Deathmaster's in there, but I have Final Transmutation. All right, let's pull back. So here we actually have a decent play. Forsaken can slam into the Death Runners. Then what we do is we actually turn around and attack them here with the Hounds. Hopefully we can kill those Death Runners. All right. So yeah, we see some of his characters here. Here's some Vixtrans boys, so we'll go ahead and Chariot them down. Let's get you guys going here. Exalted Heroes can drift across, and the Chariots hopefully can do some work. All right, so yeah, we need to kind of help out in this engagement over here. Yeah, it looks like that fight's going fine. Very good. So Horsemen, not too many great targets, honestly. Yeah, this is actually a good spot for a Final Transmutation because there's 2 Death Runner units right here. So this should really punish them quite badly. Let's get the Exalted Heroes over there. How did this go? Man, we actually only killed 1 unit there. Yeah, that did not go well. But that big blob punishment was very, very good indeed. So let's go ahead and move and move. Let's get everybody going. And yeah, that was good for us. That was really good. Let's go get these guys on the Plague Priest. And in the meantime, we could just kind of throw here. Oh, is that Deathmaster? Oh, you better watch out. We have the mighty Exalted Heroes here with their Hellfire Swords. Yeah, that's going to be really good. Deathmaster is he's gonna want to retreat here. That's not going to go well for him. All right, so Jezzails looks like some on this side. So let's go ahead and put one of these guys in group 6. Just go chase down the Jezzails. Keep those guys about face. Keep hunting here, and it looks like we got some Hounds back as well. Some Marauders coming in, and we should be able to find the Jezzails in just a hot moment. And the Warp Chicken is taking a beating for sure. Yeah, let's get on that freaking character there. Okay, there they are. Very good. Very sneaky tactic there by Pwn, but we are going to get them. We are going to get that unit, which is great. So let's just chase down units. Go chase down some Gutter Runners here. You guys just kind of keep working on them. Get the Marauders going, and actually, yeah, you can just unleash some shots into you. You can go there. All right, so, yeah, his Lord is in some trouble, I think. I think the Exalted boys should be able to do it. Jezzails are shut down from the Marauder Horsemen. We'll keep our chicken back, try and keep the chicken safe. And yeah, fighting this fight is fine. Fighting it is totally fine. Get you down, Chariot's back too, which is excellent. Let's pull that Chariot across into the safe zone. And so far, KFC's doing it. Yeah, Exalted Heroes should be able to work on him. I could pull in the chicken, but I have to be really, really careful. I have to be incredibly careful, actually. And Eshin Sorcerer, we need to get him down, so let's go ahead and surround and go beat him down if we can. Okay, so our infantry up on the high ground. Our aspiring champions are giving a nice little leadership buff, which is pretty funny. Something you don't come into terribly often. All the Skaven characters being trapped here, though, is a big problem for him. Yeah, keep going, boys. Let's go, let's go. Keep going. And how is Deathmaster doing? Oh, he got away. Damn. Okay, so he's coming for me pretty hard. We need to get a Chariot on him. Attack with the Horsemen. Warp Chicken can go here. And yeah, okay, so we're going to intercept him with the horses, though, so it shouldn't matter. Definitely want to make sure to chase down those Jezzails to the maximum potential, and now you guys can go fight here. We don't need all the infantry here. So actually a little bit of overkill. Cool. So chase down Eshin Sorcerer. You guys go chase down the Plague Priest. Reform ranks here. Pull them across. And there are some Death Runners coming in. Oh, can Chicken juke those? He's taking some work. We don't want to take the Ninja Stars. How are the Exalted boys doing? Okay, they're chasing. I think the Hellfire Sword is off cooldown on one of them. Very good. Yeah, we should probably pull back. I think that's a little bit too dicey. Go Forsaken. Go get those Death Runners. And you guys intercept here. Pull back. We have another final transmutation. I think we just save it. Let's see if we can save up for another big overcasted one, maybe. Chase! Deathmaster's down for the count. A very cool build on his part, though. That was, like, really innovative, and it actually wasn't bad at all. Ooh, we're at 300 HP. Might as well drop it here. See if we can, do some damage before we go. Pop, stand your ground. Pull across. Get some Hounds pulling in. Go after them. And let's just run you into the sunset. Ooh, 200 HP, so low. Get him. Get Deathmaster. Go. Exalted Heroes, win your fight here. Infantry Blob, keep grinding. Seems to be going okay. And Marauders can go after the Gutter Runners and also attack them with the Hounds. Excellent, excellent. I think we're okay. The Chariots are... Oh my god, look. He's being escorted off the battlefield by the Chariot. It was like grinding him off the edge. Oh, that's so funny when that happens. Okay, those guys are shattered. Let's bring the Horsemen back. The infantry fight's actually kind of messy. Those Death Runners really, really did a number on my army. If Deathmaster had been able to succeed in assassinating the chicken, I'm curious how the aspiring champions did too. Probably not too good, to be completely honest. All right, so Horsemen, let's go ahead and group them up. I don't know how they got in different groups. Oh, that's because I was like chasing something. That's right. Marauders, go! Get them, get them. The aspiring champions just haggardly waddling around the battlefield. Looks like Deathmaster shattered. GG, well played. That was a wild build he brought. That was a wild-ass build. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool because he like forces you to chase and then he ambushes you with Death Runners. It was really, really neat. Yeah, I like that build. Exalted boys, yeah, they didn't do too good. I should have had him on a Manticore on horseback or something. I think on foot was a mistake. Chariots running over characters is hilarious. Aspiring champions, of course, none of them paid for themselves. What even did good in my army? I feel like nothing did. Okay, one Forsaken did okay. Horsemen, yeah, Horsemen did great. Chariot did 700. Warp Chicken got 16. That was a cool build. It like forces you to chase. You don't know where his army is. Yeah, that build of his was micro-intensive for sure. Yeah, I agree. Damage values are not always the best kind of, especially against Skaven, because they tend to break and run before you can accrue a lot of value. But it still lets you know, like, did they hit Deathmaster? It doesn't look like they did. It looks like they're missing most of their attacks. GG, well played. It was an awesome build. All right. I am off for now. Well played, brother. Magic soon. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. You got to see, I think, 4 best of 3s in total. So if you want to go see the other ones, the first 2 best of 3s used probably more traditional competitive builds. The third one had some fun memes in it. And this one was like a mix of memery and also good units too. So yeah. Your boy Arwar Forsaken is missing. Yeah, I didn't want to bring anything expensive. Pwn banned the Moomen because he hates chat. Yeah, no, totally. I was going to bring Beastmen. I was. That was kind of my game plan. But that's it for tonight, guys. So thank you for joining. Jack McDowell, some extra Aussie appreciation. Keep up the great material. Sorry the stream's coming to an end. I got to make dinner, though, before it gets too late. It's 10 o'clock at night here. So, Jack, really appreciate that donation. I will be doing more late night streams, though. I'm going to try and mix them in. Most streams will still be earlier in the day, but I will be trying to mix in some late at night that are also Warhammer. That would be a build for Tresh. Perhaps so. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. It was fun. We had a good wild time. Thanks to Jack for the donations. S-Box. We got Ekthelion for the multiple donations. Lich109. Alex Sear. Michael Abigail. Dimitri. Lich109 again. Siegs with the membership. Ricardo as well. I was going to say like Rickard Stark. Turin likes to swarm the rats. You have to swarm the rats, dude. Leo Gonzalez. Rip. Thank you guys all so much. Really appreciate it. So we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to be streaming. Might have some other stuff I got to take care of, but it's been super crazy this past week. But I should be back to streaming like almost every day soon. That's it, guys. Thanks again. Take care. Stay safe. Avoid Nurgle's Plague. Ekthelion. Thanks for the late night entertainment. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And more to come. More to come indeed. All right, guys. Stay safe. See you next time. And that is it for now. Cheers.